Hello everyone, it is about, well, we're over halfway now through the World Championship of ALR Gold, and my word, then we've had quite a lot of controversy over the last two races or so in Gold, haven't we, with the two championship protagonists coming wheel to wheel, and even having some major mishaps as well, of course, and unfortunately the former championship leader, Percy, has come off on the wrong end of those fights, hasn't he? So I think this is where a race where he definitely needs to kind of assert his authority and get himself back into this one then, because he is starting to fall behind now, and this is a crucial time of the championship as we are now flying through the summer vacations, I should say, of course, as we are coming to the end of the European season in 3 or 4 races time, of course, then, so there it is, very finely balanced, isn't it, in the championship. Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix, though. This is round 13 out of 24, and we have still got 11 races to go, believe it or not. It's absolutely ridiculous. This season is very much a marathon, not a sprint then, and there's going to be a lot of twists and turns before the end of this season out, I can assure you of that then. And they're talking of twists and turns, well, we're at one of the most twistiest turns on all, circuits on all the Formula 1 calendar. It is the Hungarian Grand Prix, debuted back in 1986 there, and of course we've had a lot of first time winners around here as well, haven't we? In the form of course, Fernando Alonso in 2003, Jenson Button as well in 2006, Kovalainen in 2008 as well. So yes, so this has got a lot of history, hasn't it, behind itself? We've got 19 drivers in the where are we? In the lobby at the moment. We should hopefully have 20 in the not too distant future. Troy's got the all-time lap record around here, which is actually set in season 7 there. Last season, so good 17 there for Troy, and he'll be hoping for something similar again here tonight then. But can he get a Grand Prix win as well? Last season's Grand Prix winner is the champion, Danger Times, who's not participating for the remainder of the season. Another man who's not participating, unfortunately, was the man who, for the remainder of the season either, or we've heard, or possibly anyway, he might make an appearance or two, is Pillars, who of course got pole position here last season. Well, but no, it's only pole position, wasn't it? I think he's had pole position the last two seasons that we've been here. Actually, Pillars has had a very good hot streak around here, so it's a shame he's not racing tonight, unfortunately for Pillars. We've had a couple of different race winners over the seasons here, of course. So we had Danger Times last season, German the season before, the season before that, of course, was Emerson in a season 5. In the Drivers' Championship, it looks like this, and it's lots of and no good to miss and all that kind of jazz. I know I was trying to be cool, and that's really gone the wrong way. Oh goodness me, Mr. Rage has retired from the session. I think that I'm not sure what that is. Have I not read the have I not read the parish notices? I don't think I have, which is shameful behaviour. Chappers had a great debut, didn't he? But unfortunately did end on a bit of a sour note, as him and Glock came to blows, didn't they? Unfortunately, in the last race, as both of them were very heated with each other, weren't they? Really, as it was quite a high impact as well, wasn't it, on both drivers' races? Chappie retired from the race instantly, and Glock had damage, unfortunately. Just watching Chappers going through turn 4 as well. Boxtel leads the championship by 31 points down from Troy, who has moved up second, in Percy, as we've mentioned in the last 2 races, he has come to blows, hasn't he? Or the last 2 events anyway, he has come to blows, hasn't he, with his championship rival Boxtel. So really, and he has come off worse. That has been the main talking point, hasn't it, over the last few races or so. And just watching Chappers, who I think then is a very good, a very well mannered driver, and also a very impressive driver as well. I look forward to seeing if Chappers can be the next man to step up to a full-time seat in gold. Then I do give him the 2 thumbs up from a fan's point of view. But how about the driver's point of view as well? Well, of course, apart from Glock, I think he made a very good impression. Chappers has gone fast, is on the 17-0 then. This is qualifying 1. We've got 3 qualifying sessions here tonight then, not like not like silver, bronze, and of course the 100% league. So we are slightly different than the 100% league, and this is the man who's dominated the 100% league, hasn't he? It is a morsel then, of course, once again, even when the deck was stacked against him, he still came through to win that race quite, well, it wasn't quite comfortably in the end because we had a late safety car. But very impressive indeed then, in Immortal, as I've been saying. And well, I'd like to see him more in gold then, and he certainly is. And he's back racing again. I think this is 12th appearance in gold in his whole career. Siege in 3rd position, another driver who I'm really happy to see in gold then. Sweet in 4th position. I'm always happy to see Sweet. And oh no, it's Coop. I think, isn't it? It is Coupe, then, not co-op, as I was saying most of the last week. But Coupe in 5th position on the slowest time runner so far. Well, but won the championship protagonist, Percy is starting his run now. Chazer is just finishing his run now, or he is, but he's taking too much curb there. Chazer has said, and unfortunately, that lap is not going to help him too much at all. He's had a very good season, Chazer is, and I think this is probably one of his most successful seasons, really. And look at that Alfa Romeo in the wall, and that is Glock, who's done a carbon copy of what Perez did in 2014. However, it's a bit damper back then, and Glock is going to be a bit, beside himself on that one. However, he might be able to count his lucky chicken, so to speak, because he didn't completely ruin the car, and he's able to get back to the pits under his own steam. But that is not what he or the Alfa Romeo team wanted. On board KD, who of course was leading. He was leading the majority of the 100% league, wasn't he? When we raced here on Wednesday night. Then, so he's retired from the session now. KD, I don't think he's done the same thing as what Glock's done. Then KD has not got any points yet, but car 13 then, of course, is quite synonymous to a Maldonado. I don't mean that the Welsh Maldonado. I mean, of course, a pasta Maldonado. But however, let's see what KD can do then, because I do think that he's going to be quite quick around here over the course of this event in gold tonight. That comes across the line. Percy goes second fast, make that third fast now, and then KD and Immortal very much bumping down Percy. There was a slight Gamer who was second for most of the time in that race as well, but unfortunately it didn't go too well for Gamer as he got caught out, and there was a lot of chatter, wasn't there, about the blue flags after the 100% league then. Which, of course, in league racing, remember, though, that we do have ghosting on, don't we, where it does, so you do not have a solid car in front of you. However, it can be distracting, kind of, but as Gurman's gone fast, it's good stuff indeed for Gurman. Of course, he won a race earlier on this season. I haven't gone through the whole of the championship yet, which is absolutely a poor performance by me, and I've just smashed myself in my USB face. Lovely stuff. Gamer there coming out of the fault zone. But yes, and there was a lot of ruckus about the blue flags there, wasn't there? Because to be honest, there's been a lot of ruckus about blue flags over the years in Formula One, not just in ALR. It's always a talking point, isn't it, where to get rid of them or not. Then it's a skill, isn't it, to lap cars, but sometimes it can cause all kinds of issues. Then, however, what do I still have the matter? Well, I would have done exactly the same thing as the drivers that are getting blue flagged, but that's just the way I am. Just watching Kerman, who was currently fast at the moment, 0.2 of a second. So just watching Cushion go for a lap. Then whilst Cushion's going on a lap, let's finish off with the drive from the constructors, shall we? Since I didn't really get him going at all. Yeah. So Percy down into third now, unfortunately. Wouter is in fourth, and good drive last week for Wouter in round 12, which is France, I think it was. Gurman in fifth position, unfortunately not very well last week, so he missed last week's race, so he's down to fifth. Now Cush, we're seeing on the screen now in sixth position. He's in a very good run, very good rich Formula, and then Chaz at seventh. Mr. Rage, brilliant drive for Mr. Rage last week in 8th position. Fantastic stuff for Mr. Rage. He is in very much his best result of his career in ALR. We have 3rd position. 9th position is Liam Yet. Unfortunately, he wasn't feeling too good last week, and this week he's unfortunately not here to race either. So Immortal has been popped into his seat. Then Markey, brilliant drive as well. He's in 10th position as well, which is knocked Sam Green, who's not here tonight, down into 11th position. Relegation zone at the moment now is Sweet, Mumford, and KD. Of course, all our thoughts and prayers go to Sonat, and who of course is in Turkey and Syria. It's been a horrific earthquake, isn't it? And Sonat has been a superhuman, hasn't he, there, with helping out his country as much as possible there. So that's why Sonat's not here again tonight then. And of course that is a lot more important in the league racing, I would say. It is a lot more important in league racing. Kirsch has gone 700 a second slower than Gurman. Apologies if I don't sound that excited about it, which I probably should I really? How dare I? But the reason why I'm not sounding too excited about it yet, because this qualifying session is just determining the 5 slowest drivers there. We are not, as much as we are thinking about the top runners, we also need to be thinking about the bottom 5 drivers at the moment, which Chazer, who had a bit of a nightmare start there. Of course, he spun around that corner on his first attempt, but he's going for a second one now in the Mercedes. They're coming across the line to start his lap there. In the Constructors' Championship, I'm almost about 10 minutes into this qualifying session. I haven't even finished the championship yet. This is going well, isn't it? We've got AlphaTauri leading the Constructors, but that gap is starting to be whittled down quite quickly now between the two-time Constructors' champions at McLaren. If they win the Constructors this season, they will equal the great Renault team that have won 3 Constructors. They didn't win 3 on the bounce, so did they? Unlike the McLaren team are trying to do. Remember, at the beginning of the season, they was all lost at sea. However, they have really come back fighting and are looking very sharp, aren't they? With both Marquis and Boxtel in a rich run of form at the moment now. Aston Martin are 20 points away from the McLaren team in third. Haas are in 4th position, keeping up a very strong start to the season. Good 7th there for the Haas team. Remember, they finished bottom, quite a long way bottom as well last season. So very good stuff indeed there to see them back up in the back to the thick picks. Ferrari in 5th position there, no points last week. Alpine are in 6th position there. Claw now is back up the order now as well, as they were, of course, if Haas were on a troubled season last season, Alpine have had an appalling start to the season, but they're starting to turn things around. Red Bull 1 point away in 8th position then, but KD looking strong here tonight then, and Chapper said, of course, super sub in tonight is doing a good job as well. 9th position, the Alfa Romeo team on 78 points, and Williams completes the top 10 of the Constructors' Championship. All the laps we was watching on this one, unfortunately, was not doing too well at all, because they've all invalidated their times. Here comes Troy out of the far turn, and Troy is back up into second now, and he's fastest so far, and German, who described his lap as a banker, I said banker, is dropped down into 2nd position now. Mr. Rage having another bite of cherry there, but Wooter's on the lap at the moment there. Chazzer has not found any time in that first sector time. Sweet has found a sweet run of it, and he goes across the line 2/10 of a second, almost 2/10 of a second quicker than his previous best. I'm sticking with Wooter for a minute. Wooter's got a bit of cloud cover over here in the Hungary ring, and I've forgotten to take my jumper off, so I am going to be quite a sweaty mess at the end of this one there. Almost as sweaty as I am when I walk to the free back, which is only about 5 steps, but that's because I'm very unhealthy. Mercedes are parked well off the circuit. I think that's Chazza, isn't it? It is Chazza, as he's used up too much battery power on his upper lap then, and unfortunately can't go for 2 time runs for 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. I have no idea about the weather, which I like to see and hear. Boxtel's quickest. My word, I've lost my slipper. Fantastic there from Boxtel. 2/10 of a second in front of Troy. Magnificent stuff then indeed then. What about Percy then? And Percy looks like that he's on an outlap mode, but he's not helping that Mercedes behind there. What about Rutter across the line, 5th faster? Rutter has been a Grand Prix winner, of course, in his debut in Bahrain, back in the opening round of this championship. He has been an absolute fantastic addition to the championship. I've absolutely loved watching him, and really, hopefully he can get another win there before the end of the season. But I'm not meant to be playing favourites. As I get rid of all the notifications. So, by the way, Farfetch just said gold ready up then, and I think that message was probably from 20 minutes ago. Never mind. I don't go on Discord before the race because I'm usually raving out to the beautiful Formula 1 theme tune before we get going here. Here comes Alhan across the line. Love the helmet from Alhan, and he's found half a tenth of a second now, so it looks like he's at the limit of that Alfa Romeo car, and that limit is currently pulling him in at 9th spot at the moment. Nope, make that 10th moment. Now here comes Gamer. He was looking strong as well in the Aston Martin in the 100% league just a couple of days ago. In the 100%, in the joint championship. Goodness me, I'll get there in the end. AlphaTauri is still over the 300 point mark. However, they've had a bit of a dent in their. They had a bit of a nightmare last week in France there, and of course not Hungary they did too badly, because of course I'm also flying the flag once again for the British Racing Green team. We're just watching Percy, who of course who's for in the championship, was the early contender this season, but he's really struggled as he has of late. Then we've got Hampton with a wheel-to-wheel combat, but he's gone back up to second now. Percy has and really shown that Boxtel is only just in front of him in the pecking order at the moment. Golly gosh, fantastic. Nosey is I'm not sure if he's talking to the marshals there, or if I think he has spun the car there, unfortunately. That's out of turn 12, I think it is there. Maybe he knows those two gentlemen sitting on the side of the road there. However, unfortunately for Nosey, that time is not going to help him out too much, and he is going to have another bite of cherry in the second McLaren. I was talking about McLaren on their way up. Mumford is spun at the worst possible part of the circuit, and that's this lap and the next lap done, unfortunately. And at the moment, it's Mumford, Chazza, Mr. Rage, Nosey, and Wesley all in the drop zone at this moment then. Going back to the joint constructor, and Aston Martin have really made some big gains over the last couple of races or so that's good stuff indeed. Then Chazza is going for, I don't think he's going for another bite of cherry, I think that he's now just warming up and ready to go, so I'm going to stick with Mr. Rage for the minute. We have got Alpine in third position, McLaren in fourth, Haas are fifth, 8 points behind the McLaren team. Let's go on board with the Kevin Magnussen inspired crash. I went for Mr. Rage, he goes down into turn 1. Ferrari are 6 and 94 points away from the Haas team. Red Bull 46 points away from the Ferrari team. Mercedes only a point away from the Red Bull team. Alfa Romeo 9th and Williams are in 10th at this moment. Both teams have not broken the 300 point mark yet. However, AlphaTauri have broken the 1,000 point mark last week in Hungary. Actually, it was in the 100% league race where the AlphaTauri did break that record. So lovely stuff indeed. And Nosy just checking the marshals, and they are a-okay. And that's what I like to see. Nosy ever thoughtful as ever. Nosy and Sir Smashman giving a good chat in the comments house. So let's quickly catch up, shall we? Plus, Mr. Rage is into the middle part of the circuit. Good luck, Gold, and me evening, and good luck, Gold and Knowlesy then. Much needed. Thank you so much. No worries. We're all here for Boxtel and a Percy rematch. I'm here for those 2 drivers and the 18 others as well. But yes, I can't say that I'm not here for them to have a rematch, because I've been talking about it all the way from the start to now in the stream. I do love a bit of needle between the drivers. I don't think the admins do. But of course, it does make the championship a bit more fun, doesn't it? It really does indeed that. I must admit, I think the other 2 drivers we had a needle with was, I think, Granty and Emerson towards the end, wasn't it? But I quite enjoyed that. Mr. Rage enjoyed that lap as well in 13th fast. He may not get to the heights of France a week ago, but he might be fairly happy. Chazza is having some real issues at the exit of turn 14, because that is the 2nd time now that he is facing the wrong way. And I think that Chazza was just trying to get going. Before he was getting going, I think he was just trying to compose himself there. But both Mercedes are very much in the drop zone here, and that is not looking too good at all then. You got Vesely, who moves his way up to 10th position. I apologise profusely to you, Vesely, then, because I didn't shine a light on you, and I should have done. But you're up to 10th now. Lovely stuff indeed then. So Sweet is going for a lap. Then here comes Coop out of the final turn as well then. Those here for P19 tonight then. Gurman, a solid banker, and just floating down the order as well. KD driving under the weather tonight with a cold. Unfortunately, hope we get better soon. And Lucas is, Percy said, a full wet race, golly gosh then, and game lies a lot then, apparently. KD is also saying rain as well, goodness gracious me then. So I must admit, I don't like a full wet race as such. However, there's rain on the cockpit from Coop's car already here, goodness me, and the rain has come already. And of course, in the first 20 odd years here in Hungary, remember that it didn't rain. The first time we had a rain affected race was that incredible 2006 Grand Prix where Button won, and now all of a sudden then we could have a first time winner here tonight, but we are expecting rain, which indeed the drivers are saying, and we've got a bit of rain already sprinkling this qualifying session here. And now these laps are crucial. And how, and the question is though, how is it going to affect the drivers as well? And 410 second down, Coop is, he's not improving. Mumford's invalidated this time as well. Knowles, he may have left it too little too late, unfortunately. Sweet's invalidated this time as well, which means that Chappers could be through into qualifying too here. Oh my word, Percy loves the rain. Oh goodness me, are we going to see a wet weather masterclass there for the man who's throwing the championship? Oh golly gosh. Knowles, then, I think he's the only driver out there that can improve his time, because he hasn't set a time just yet. And he's now coming into the final part of the circuit as well. Goodness me, apparently it's -1 in the old... Oh, DRS has been disabled already. It's not -1 in Hungary, I should say. But it is -1 where I live at the moment, which I think is quite... I'm not sure if I believe it or not. Goodness me. But Knowlesy, who's unfortunately going to be really hampered with no DRS, and McLaren could be bookending the front and the back of the field here. But Chaz didn't set a very competitive time at all then. So Knowlesy might get up into 19th position here, but I don't think he'll get up any higher. He doesn't get up any higher. That was the position he aimed for, so he'll be happy with that. But McLaren really needs... oh, he's got a new number this week. Fantastic stuff. And Knowlesy's stolen Alex Albon's number. So Knowlesy's got 23 this week. Goodness gracious me, that's theft. However, what is not theft then is a box out is fast and almost just under a tenth of a second quicker. But at the moment... McLaren need to have both cars up there if they want to continue to rein in on AlphaTauri, as AlphaTauri's hands on the Constructors' Championship have been looking so good in the first half of the season, but the second half is sort of looking shaky. But remember, we've only had one qualifying session so far. Right, let's take stock, shall we? Because that rain really threw me off. Really threw me off the cliff there. Chazza didn't get a proper time in there. He's down in 20th position. Knowles didn't get a proper time either. He's down in 19th. Well, he didn't get a proper time without a wet track, and also without DRS as well. Mumford in 17th position. We didn't see. I think he put a banker in, but then nothing more. Cooper in 17th position there, and 16th position is Sweet as well. And look at that, less than half a tenth of a second separates Sweet and Siege. And Siege, I was expected to be a bit higher up than that. Remember, he did get a podium in the 100% league. However, I think it was more luck than judgment with that safety car coming in there. But of course, Siege is a very experienced man. Well, that's the kind of Hungary we want to see, isn't it? Look at that, absolutely beautiful stuff out there today. Oh, Kush has left the session. That's not good. Hopefully, he gets back in pronto here, so he can get himself a reasonable qualifying two spot. And goodness me, we're not used to rain in gold. It normally comes in silver, doesn't it? Tomorrow night, but goodness me, we do have a rain affected race. Potentially, we certainly have a rain-affected qualifying session here, and the track is now damp, and it is now damp enough for the intermediate tyres. And both Mercedes will not be taking part in this qualifying session as both are out. Siege, though, is coming out quite quickly here. I'm wondering if that is showing us the Williams team. I'm wondering if they're nervous that the rain's going to get heavier, as we got a lot of cars coming out then, so they're all streaming out the garage here. So this could be an absolute deluge we're going to have. We might have to get the old monsoon tyres out then potentially. So everyone, look at this. They're usually very cool customers. For the very cool customers, and now then away to go. Then Serious Russia is not a happy fan of me talking about the 100% league, but so yeah, I must admit I always bring up the worst, don't I? And as Kusha joined, that's very good stuff here. I always bring up the worst, don't I? I always remember about Ayrton's crash into the safety car as well around this circuit. And also I think I crashed into the safety car as well in Brazil, but of course that doesn't count as it was a non-championship event there. Why is it kind of championship event? Is when I drove into the side of my team, my championship winning teammate, and almost cost them the title that year. That year. That would have been very positive, wouldn't it? That's why I think that I no longer have a super license, and I'm probably worse than UGE did potentially. Talking of our favourite drivers that probably weren't the most blessed in terms of talent. And of course, this was also the race where Taki Inoue got hit by, I think, was it was the course car, wasn't it? It wasn't the safety car. I think it was like the fire marshal car or something like that. But yeah, he got Taki Inoue seemed to was famous for being involved in some very unusual incidents, wasn't he? And of course, that was one of them here at Hungary on 1995. And of course, Taki Inoue, he was meant to drive. Was he meant to drive in the 96 Minardi? But unfortunately, I think his sponsors pulled out or something like that. That seems to be. Unfortunately, kind of a story for a lot of mid 1990 drivers. I'm not sad. I think there's a 3-hour video of like ranking the best, the worst Formula 1 drivers in the 1990s, and I'm sure it was like 3 hours long, I think, and there's about over like 100 odd driver, like over 100. Well, more than that. And I also include those the drivers that didn't actually qualify for a race here when they had pre-qualifying now. Sure, you can't possibly remember how many crashes you've had. You can't count that high. No, I can't. So either I crash a lot, or in Alex's words, and I can count very high, or I'm not very good at my numbers and I crash low. I'm going to go with the latter because, of course, I like to show that I'm a smart man. Nosy podium and driver today, no pressure. Sure, laugh out loud. Nosy did get a good performance in France last week. I think he got 4 points in the 8th edition or 7th edition in the end now. As Siege there is really wrestling that car. And talking of wrestling, I think that there's a well, it's not wrestling. It's meant to be a boxing match between Tommy Fury, as Siege goes fastest. Tommy Fury and Logan Paul. No, what's the other guy called? Jake Paul. That's it. So I think that's meant to be on as well. So we're going up against that pay-per-view show as well. So, oh goodness me, I'm not sure if it gets many viewers. But that doesn't matter because all that matters is that while I don't mind having as long as we have the loyal viewers, as long as we have the regular viewers here, like Mushroom, like Novelty, and KD and Percy, and anyone else who likes to join and have a chat with me on your Sundays, that's all that matters. to me. And to be honest, I also read that fight is apparently scripted as well, but I'm not sure if that's TikTok or something else. But let's leave that one to one side. Of course, also, if any of you Manchester United fans are out there, I think it was a very good day, wasn't it, for the Red Devils? Are they still called the Red Devils? I'm not too sure now. But out of the final turn, there comes Immortal once again. Full fast there for Immortal. Then in the Haas car, of course, has to be open for some big points then again, like they had last time out in France. Glock, who is just about to finish up, as is Mr. Rage as well. Mr. Rage has invalidated his time, so we're just watching what Glock can do here. Yeah, so you, of course, if you do watch the Carabao Cup final, unfortunately, Manchester United Newcastle lost there, but I don't think that was a surprising result really. I think Newcastle were going to get that. But of course, I'm not bitter. I'm not a bitter old man, of course, who watched Liverpool in probably one of the worst matches I've seen this year. Goodness me, that was a bit of a damp squib, wasn't it? Really, I don't think this was going to be a damp squib tonight, and not by any stretch of the imagination. As Percy has gone fast, I was looking for the wrong Aston Martin there, and Percy does go quicker by less than a tenth of a second there from Wouter, who is in second position. Is Cash is asked for another input. I think that was a bit too far behind now. And look at Wouter, he's found 4/10 of a second on that last lap. Impeccable performance there. Both Alpha Romeos have gone up to 4th and 5th. They'll make that 5th and 6th now. Vesi's up in the 3rd with Boxtal up into 5th. Up into 1st position as well. My goodness me, is the times tumbling, or are these drivers finding a bit of rhythm? I think the rain stopped. You know, the rain has stopped. I think. So, yes, so the track is now going to get drier and drier. Then Percy will all out attacking this one, Equals saying, I think he needs to be being 31 points back at the moment now. I think he does need to be, doesn't he? That Ferrari all over the place in the background of German. But Boxtel currently fast at the moment now. Vesley, who is in 3rd position, that good stuff indeed there. Let's take a look to see who else on an outlap, on a quick lap. Mr. Rages, as he comes out of turn 14 now. Of course, this is like an oversized go-kart course, isn't it? There's yellow flags as German get out of the way again. Mr. Rage goes 3rd fast there. The rain has stopped then momentarily. Glock back up into 3rd fast there. The times are tumbling like a fruit machine around here at the moment. Now this is going to be very difficult to keep up there. The yellow flags is the Alfa Romeo. Valhan is just getting a bit slower than Percy's fastest now, and they are finding some they're finding a lot of time, aren't they? Wouter has come into the pit lane. I'm wondering if we're going to get dry tyres on before the end of this qualifying session now. And goodness gracious me, just watching this, I thought that Alex was calling me one of those. I'm going to be honest, I'm not surprised if he does. Troy going 3rd fastest at the moment there. Boxtown goes faster still. Then he's in the 24s. And look at the racing like that. You can see that the spray is still being kicked up here, and it's going to get drier and drier now in this one. And who else is coming across the line now? KD. Whoa! Who is that? That's Percy who's off in turn number 4. He is okay. He has got yes, he's still got all his wheels on his wagon there. He spins the car around and doing a very good awareness there of keeping himself out of trouble there around the kink of turn 4, because they come through that vast load rate of not saying Cush has just gone 4 fast at the moment there. We was talking about KD going up into 6th position as well. The drivers are very much getting some confidence here. What about the Williams of Siege? Siege across the line now, and Siege is going to go for broke now then. In Molto and Wouter in the pits at the moment. They don't want to be in the pits for long then. Alhan currently on an outlap for the moment. Glock is in the pits then. I think Alhan's on a quick lap actually. I apologise. Immortal's in the pits then. But what about Mr. Rage? Mr. Rage also in the pits as well. I'm wondering if for 7 minutes ago, do you reckon they're going to be able to get some dry tyres on? Well, Immortal seems to think so. He's definitely thinking about it, isn't he? Oh, goodness me, Vesi's found a 2nd in the 2nd intermediate split time. That is an amazing amount of pace that Vesi has found in that AlphaTauri. Oh, good heavens. Vesi, as we mentioned, he has had a very much up and down season, more downs than ups for Vesi. But, we've got an AlphaTauri off the circuit. It is Troy off the circuit, and he's right in the middle of the circuit there. Now, Troy has spun the car in the final corner, and even the some drivers are struggling around there. But my goodness me, and a box out across the line, and he has had a harvesting lap then. German going 6 fast. So I think German now would be hoping that it dries out ever so slightly, because he was quite quick on the in the dry session earlier on there, wasn't he? KD there is off the circuit. What about his teammate? I can't find his teammate. Well, that's not good, is it? Because his teammate's gone up into 4 fastest there. Good stuff indeed then. Just coming out of turn one there. Siege out of the final turn, and we saw Siege on a horizon lap, goes across the line, going third fastest out for Siege. I can see some tears starting to form in some of these drivers' eyes, I think, because I reckon that there is going to be a major shock in this qualifying 2 session. If there is a major shock in qualifying 2 as well, it's so difficult to overtake around here. Only one opportunity to overtake, and that is down into turn 1. We only have 35 laps tonight, not the 70 we had on Wednesday, of course, which I quite enjoyed, to be honest. Purple in the second split time there for Percy after that minor spin, which I thought wasn't it didn't feel very minor at the time then, but Percy has found over almost a second now. This is going to knock it out the park here for Percy then. After that minor setback, he has got into the 24-2, so 7/10 of a second in front of his championship rival. And of course you cannot forget Troy either, but Troy I think has had an excursion, more than an excursion now. He's lost the whole of the front wing now. We've seen him tour down the start-finish straight. He is now in the pits, and for Troy, who's just Alhan has made his way up into a very fine 6th position then, and that Aston Martin, who is that guy on the pits? I think that was Gamer, still on the intermediate compound tyres here. Siege is who's in 6th position, and then Chapper has gone up into 5th, but there's that other blue car I was looking at. There's too many blue cars in there. There's also a lot of black cars for the 2023 season as well. Goodness gracious me, mainly because it doesn't weigh as much as it does. KD has gone second fast. It's a great time for KD. 4/10 of a second away, then KD is looking on. This is best performance so far in a Red Bull, and my goodness me, then I don't think a lot of drivers was expecting KD to be right up there, but after the pace that he showed last Wednesday, I gotta say it would be very difficult to look past KD. He is in impeccable form here in Hungary, and this is the kind of track where it's about the driver, isn't it? It is about the driver making up as much time as doing a very good sweet spot, isn't it? Troy doesn't need that front wing there. It's saying that the boxing doesn't start until 9:30 then. As I said myself, I'm not he's not paying 20 quid for that. Mr. Rage. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know it was on tonight. I thought boxing was on Saturday personally, but there we go. Anyway, none of that. Anyway, enough about that, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. I was very invested. I'm going to sound like a very old man now. I was really invested in the George Groves and Carl Froch fight then, because that was quite a big thing, wasn't it? At the time? And I did actually. I think I watched the second, or I think I watched the first fight, but one fight was enough for me, to be honest. I must say, I'm more of a bravado and showbiz kind of person. That's why I do like me wrestling more, and also you're guaranteed to have a good match on the card. And even if definitely I do that. I do like to watch men in pants wrestle each other. Right, here's Mr. Rage. Let's see. I'm not sure what his other hobbies involve, but I think that he'll be coming into the pits now. Oh goodness me! And I've got to say that coming. Oh, his gamer is just skating across. So is anyone yes, we got Wooter out onto the soft tyres now. So how is this going to play out? I think it's still damp. Look at that offline, it's still damp. Then the tyre, you've got to keep now. This way going to be the fastest heat engineer in the world now. You've got to make sure you keep those tyres at an optimum temperature. As soon as you get them cool or cold, the temperature's going to fall away, and it's going to keep falling, and you're going to go. You're just going to be in an endless cycle of misery. Let's hope that doesn't happen for Wooter, who is currently in the drop zone here. And just on board with Wooter then, we've got Boxtow staying out on intermediate tyres. Is that a mistake then for Boxtow? Oh my goodness gracious me, he's got 2 minutes now, so he can he rectify that mistake? Is the question that's going to be on my mind now. We've seen a couple of drivers come on the pits there. Who is it? They're all on soft tyres here. Oh goodness me, softs is what Snow's here saying here. Oh goodness me, we said there was going to be some tears. Is it going to be tears out for the man who's in the World Championship? Oh good heavens now. Out to the final turn then. I think Nose is right here. I think that it is going to be dry tyres now. It is soft tyres, because look at the track, it's almost bone dry. And Wooter, who's only on an out lap, it's gone 4/10 of a second quicker now. Look at this as the two Haas's were getting in the way of each other there. Where is Boxtow? He is 1 minute. I don't think he's got enough time. Is Boxtow going to be out qualifying here? Oh my goodness gracious me, and this is going to be a major problem for the championship leader. Look. 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. I think the Boxtel could be out here. He is carrying on though. He's carrying on, but we're on board with Boxtel, and he is the only driver that is not on the soft tires there. Very much like Lewis Hamilton in 2021, where he had a sinking feeling when he was the only driver on the grid, and he's gone faster still. DR spin enabled that. Oh goodness gracious me! That Boxtel's gone quicker. He might be able to get through. Then the drivers need to put a time in there. They cannot invalidate. Yellow flag is fluttering then in sector 3, but can Boxtel survive this one? 4 seconds up is Rooter, which is already in the ballpark here. Goodness gracious me, Shelby Baker. Hey Shelby, of course, I think you're new to the stream. Hello and welcome there. Serious Mushroom Geordie is done here. Yellow flag in 2 and 3. I think it's for one of the Haas cars, just letting them drivers through. Here comes Rooter out of the final turn, and this is now a dry track. You have to be on the wet slick tires. Wooter's fastest out. Wooter is fastest out as we and so Boxtel's down into second position now. Oh, go take a breath. We got the second Alpine of Kashu. I think it's just starting his lap. He is indeed there. The AlphaTauri of Vesi's gone second fast motor. Boxtel's a second down there. And we got the Ferrari of German. And Gamer, oh, it's a trouble for Aston Martin because Gamer has not put a time in here. He is out of qualifying. Both Aston Martins are going to be out of qualifying here. Golly gosh. Glock across the line. He is second fastest there. And he has knocked Boxtel down into fourth position there. Boxtel in the pits, and he is going to be furious, isn't he, with that there? What about the Red Bull? And Boxtel's retired from the session. It's not all over yet, though, because the drivers still have to make their times, don't they? But Boxtel is just tumbling down the order. Now Chappers goes fastest, and that is what the doctor ordered for the Red Bull team. KD, who's been absolutely in fine form at the moment now. Out of the final turn then, and Lucas Percy across the line as well. And now KD has gone at second fastest. What about the AlphaTauri who's come across the line? Troy is fastest now. Good heavens above here. This is an absent. This is not a part of the script then for the championship leader, is it? Across the line comes Rooter up into third fastest now. What about the Williams car? And who is in the Williams? I don't know. It's Siege. Siege has gone fourth fastest now. Boxtel could be out of qualifying. Alhan is through. Boxtel, the championship leader, has gone both fast in mind. God, what am I talking about? Boxtel's in the McLaren. Coming across the line is German. And where's German gone on? He didn't even look like he was going across the line there. Oh, and now he's full fastest there. Immortal's come across the line as he found any time there. The checker flag is fluttering here, and Immortal, for some reason, is still down in 15th position there. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Boxtel, wow, unlucky Boxtel there. Not going through. I'm not going through that DRS enabled after Q1. After his first run there on the back straight, and that is exactly what's happened to Glock. He is down in 12th position now, and yes, indeed, as we said, then there was going to be some tears, and it is Boxtel out of qualifying here. And Shelby is actually Farf. I would have been so nice to Farf if I knew it was Farf then. But welcome to the stream, Farf, as he's caught me unaware there. But what has also happened here then? A Gamer out of qualifying, Boxtel out of qualifying, Immortals out of qualifying as well, which I'm not sure if that's right or not, because he crossed the line and he is on some tyres there and it hasn't registered his time. But let's see then, let's see what Immortal could do. Glock out of qualifying, Chapper's also out of qualifying as well. Alhan is through, Immortal's left the session, and my goodness me, I need to lie down. He's up to 8th actually. Well, unbeknownst to me, it was Kush who was actually a good time on the Interzo. It's as much saying for Boxtel. Yeah, it was a very good time, wasn't it? Up to 22. But you did feel when everyone else was on the soft tires that Boxtel had made a mistake. Then he's down in 14th position now on a track which is very difficult to overtake on. Look at that queue of cars there, goodness me. Kush is fast, and congratulations to Kush for getting fast in qualifying too. Can he get fastest on the lap? They could count for pole position. Alhan in 11th position, Chappers in 12th. Glock, who we just heard, did not DRS until after that, so that went a bit wrong for Alfa Romeo. With Boxtel and Gamer 14th and 15th position now. I have now put Boxtel back in the McLaren now after, for some reason, I thought he was in the Aston Martin for some unknown reason. Right, don't go anywhere, folks. I got to quickly take my jumper off there. Please do not spy on me. I'm going to be honest, I'm very impressed with that. You would think it shouldn't take a normal human being long to get his jumper off, but I'm no normal human being, that's for sure. Right, 12 minutes to go in this qualifying session, and this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. And just then, as we now just, I can't remember what lobby sync issue. Hopefully it's fixed now. We've gotten to Q3. Damn it, Haas, they need them points out. We thought that was the case, didn't we? Because of course we had issues. We had issues there with Immortal, didn't we? There was Immortal for some reason. There was not times for the registering. So Serious Russian is chanting for me to take it off, but I'm not taking anything else off because it's a bit brisk in here tonight. But I am a sweaty mess, so after just talking about cars going around in the circuit, I'm just going to be a sweaty mess. When the qualifying the race starts in Bahrain in a week's time, how could I have not talked about that then? Yes. So finally, Formula One is back. Then we've done a bit of testing. I must admit, I've missed a lot of testing. Now I am going to catch up with Ted's notebook in development corner all tomorrow. Actually, I might do it Thursday because I'm on Thursday to watch the test highlights and the notebook and the development corner. Then Friday is practice 1 and 2. Saturday practice 3 and qualifying. Then Sunday's the race. And looking forward to that one. And looking forward to that. Then Mortal's back in the session then. And I cannot wait then. But judging from testing there, I'm not going to say too much because let's be honest, you're going to be an absolute fool if you think the testing is very much where the form is, but Red Bull look very strong, don't they? It's quite ominous, actually, how good Red Bull look. Cardiff don't look too good, unfortunately. It's the AlphaTauri and the McLaren, unfortunately. That's not looking too good at all. I think the Alpine are also a bit beyond the 8 ball, but I feel that they're a bit further up the field than those two teams there. And Aston Martin, good to see, isn't it? Fernando Alonso could be best of the rest of the season. However, I think that Ted was saying that potentially they might be just a bit in front of Mercedes then as well. But yes, indeed, Formula One is back. I love it. I love it indeed. The Router is, of course, on track as well. I love this. Let's see what the Alpine driver can do then. Of course, Router, as I mentioned, a Grand Prix winner in ALR Gold on his debut. And that was quite an ominous message for the rest of the drivers to be sent, wasn't it, from Router? And his consistency was very much keeping him in the championship. And however, he missed a couple of races. And he also had a horrific race. I think it was in Silverstone, or just before Silverstone, which that one race has really, I think, knocked him out of championship contention potentially for Router then. But was he in it to begin with? I reckon he was, to be honest. He was definitely within arm's reach of the top 3. German out of the final turn, and of course a Grand Prix winner a couple of races ago. He's second at the moment now. Katie is third fast, and look at that, less than 10 for a second away now. With Percy down in fourth position, he needs to strike there with his with a box out of qualifying now. And Troy also needs to make a good time as well here. Siege on a lap and on, and Mr. Rage is starting a lap then. So we've got Troy just starting his lap as well. So we're going to stick with Immortal, who I thought was actually going to spin there. Serious Russian saying that Aston Martin look good as well. They are indeed, aren't they? Of course, unfortunately, looks like Lance Stroll will not be racing next week. Then Siege is racing tonight. Then he's found 7/10 of a second behind his behind Router at the moment there. Might be a bit disappointed on that there, Siege. Kush on the lap then. Mr. Rage also on the lap, so I'm going to stick with Kush. No, he's abandoned it, so we're going to stick with Mr. Rage then. Then just on board then. Just on board as well, Chapper saying, I feel I went out 20 to 30 seconds too early, came around the last corner as DRS wasn't able to feel as I only got halfway around the track. I was completely dry, but we live and learn now. Chapter saying that, goodness, it just shows how close and fine these margins are in Formula One, doesn't it? 20 or 30 seconds there doesn't seem like a lot, does it? In Formula One terms, it's night and day, and it certainly could have been a chance for Chapters to go through into qualifying the free and go for pole position then here in Hungary. But that is such a shame then. Mr. Rage there coming out of turn 13 then. Of course, it looks like going into the pit lane, and he is in the pit lane actually, Mr. Rage. Yes, he's abandoned his time then. Kush is found 26 seconds off the pace then. Troy across the line now, he hasn't set a time either. So we're going to stick with his team at the moment, which is car 99 Vessi then. Of course, the only man's having 99 after Adrian Sutil back in the 2014 season. I don't think anyone... Oh, did Giovinazzi have 99 for a period of time as well, didn't he? Shocking behaviour. I should have done that. Vesli out of the final turn end. What can he do? Of course, as I mentioned, Vesli's had a up and down season, more downs than up. He's out of deployment here. That's going to cost him. Not too much there for Vesli there, but I feel there's a bit of improvement there for Vesli if he can get his time, his ERS deployment a bit better there. Not on this game, chappers. Lucky if you just a little bit. Track slightly wet first few turns, but still time found then. Aston, let's go, chaps. Has found quite a bit of time now in the second intermediate split time. I'll take 12 go. These boys are fast. Aha. They are indeed, aren't they? There's certainly no slouch there. But I think that Chappers is a fine motor driver, a motor car driver as well, isn't he? I'm not sure. Across the line there comes Cash, and that's pole position there for the Alpine car, as I've just rechristened the pink and blue attack of the Alpine team, but he is quickest so far, 10th per second in front of his teammate, and once again the Alpines have shown that they are very quick indeed. Troy has had another problem here, and this is just adding more and more pressure now on the man who's second in the championship. Percy down in 6th, Troy down in 7th position there. Oh goodness gracious me, this is not looking good at the moment for the two championship protagonists. They want maximum points here, but the two Alpines have really very much hit it in the sweet spot, haven't they? I think, I don't think they've had a pole position there. Equals, sorry, not Equals, I've got him on the brain now. Kush did win the race in Austria. Well, he didn't win the race in I think he got relegated to second in the end, and after all the penalties was rescinded and all that kind of nonsense there. But Kush has been a very quick customer, hasn't he, after he got rid of those qualifying plans, and is now pole position for the first time in his career with Wouter alongside him on row 1. Row 2 is KD and Gurman. This is a very unusual looking grid for this season's championship of season 8 of gold. Row 3 is Vesley and Immortal. Percy is on row 4 at the moment, with Siege also sharing that row as well. Row 5 is the man who's second in the championship in Troy, with Mr. Rage abandoning his time and coming back into the garage here. Yellow flag is flying as one of the house guards just get out of the way. We're just watching Percy then clip turn 4 beautifully there. Gurman's invalidated his time, so we're going to stick with Percy for the minute there. What about Troy? Troy has finally got a lap under his belt then, and he's very fast, and it's an all-out Atari row 3. But that's not where he wants to be. I think Troy wants to be higher up than that, doesn't he? Here in the very twisty dust bowl of the Hungarian Grand Prix. However, the circuit's had a lovely wash, hasn't it? And we are expecting the circuit to have... Oh, he's invalidated there, Percy! Minutest wheel of the circuit. He was only good enough for I think it was only good enough at the moment now to get him up into around the Troy territory there. But Percy has made a mistake on his lap here, and he's down in 8th position now. Is he going to go for another points on cherry? He's coming into the pits there. Both him and Gurman, who's a bit off kilter here, was coming out slightly early, but both of them have had to abandon their time and come back in to the pit lane here. This is Wouter at the moment now, who is is that Liam Fox has been sacked as a Dundee manager. That's a shame. That's a shame indeed. I don't really watch Scottish football. To 900 to the second up, that is Wouter, and he's off the circuit. Oh no, Wouter has unfortunately pushed it too hard, and unfortunately that is a track invalidation, a track limits issue, and he's, oh my goodness me. And what happened now? I just looked up after I was just trying to have a look to see who was commenting on the stream there. Let's luckily my stream is about 20 seconds behind there, so I can actually have a look to see what actually happened there. But I wonder if Wouter just got yeah, it was a very violent spin there. All he did was clip the curb, wasn't he? Goodness me. Yeah, so Wouter then is just now slowing down, trying to harvest as much as he can. KD out of the pits now. I think that's second. Is that AlphaTauri in the pits or out of the pits? I think it's coming in the pits actually there. KD on a lap, just on that lap moment, but Wouter is trying to get as much deployment up as possible in that battery pack of his, in the that Renault battery pack there, and there's Alpine. Look at how much he's harvesting here. But his tyres are going to be quite cold into turn 1 here. And but he's going to have a clear track then, because that Red Bull of KD is well out of his way. On board now, the Alpine driver, and he is giving it full beans then as he comes down into turn 1 as well. And he is looking for the brake marker then on the left hand side then before getting back on the power. DRS on the money there. Did he hit it though? Because it didn't go green on the graphic there, but we didn't get visual representation of that then. Out of the pits is Gurman as well then. 2 minutes ago in this qualifying session, the clip of turn 3 then before we power up the little incline into turn 4. Hold on to the senior underpants there. He's purple in the first sector, fantastic. Now into turn 5. Do not touch that white curve there, because you'll be spat out and spun around in a jiffy. Turn 6 and 7, this Mickey Mouse chicane there. And of course, he's taken too much curve, just like he did on his last lap there. And yes, that curve just spins around. He's abandoned his time there. And that is, he is running out of time here. His tire's not going to be as fresh either. Rooter can see a pole position there, but he's making 1 or 2 mistakes now in that Alpine car. Let's go on board with KD, shall we? Remember that he is on fine rich form. This is his best performance in gold in his career so far. Look at the Red Bull sparking away as he comes down into turn 1 there. DRS and right on the moment, that was much better DRS activation, I think, than Rooter. Rooter's in the pits, and I think the Rooter's done for the day by those things. He's got less than, yes, he's out of the recession there. And that 2 mistakes there for Rooter could cost in the front row here, because he is looking in very fine form indeed. That 3 thousandths of a second down in the first split time there for KD. I'm not sure if Mr. Rage is on the lap as well, actually, because I thought he's only just on an out lap. Now into the chicane there. This is what went wrong there for the man who's on the front row. No such problem there for KD. Runs slightly wide, picks up a bit of the grass there, but nothing too malicious about that then. I don't think that's a word, but let's carry on anyway, or it's not the right word anyway. Look at the curve he used on the outside there. I thought he was going to unsettle the car. Nothing like that. 300 a second up for KD. He is very much at the limit and beyond of this Red Bull machine. Now he's hoping to turn at 13 and it's rather break it down into 3rd gear, tickling the 70 mile an hour mark before getting back on the power into 14 there. This right-handed area you just waited forever and a day then before you get back on the power and come into the grid, come to the start-finish line now. And what is it? It is not enough for his 3rd fastest there for KD. Exact same time as what he's got then for Rooter, but Rooter starts 2nd and KD starts 3rd. My word, then that was a great lap there for KD, wasn't it? Just it wasn't enough. He just didn't have anything left in the piggyback, did he? We're just going to watch what German could do. He's purple in the second sector, I say. That's a 10th of a second improvement there. He's on the heels of KD and of Rooter. And can German somehow back into the fight then for the Grand Prix win, like he did a few races ago? Then out of the far turn there for German. Is enough. It's almost enough for pole position, but not quite there. Bottom minute to some margin. Someone has spun heavily there. I think it's Percy. And Vesey has gone 2nd fastest. Percy has spun there. We just seen a glimpse there. And he's off the circuit there. Mr. Rage goes 8th fastest there. My goodness me, Troy and both his championship protagonists are having a problem of having a mayor of a day. Then Troy goes 2nd fastest. He's on the front row at the grid here. And Percy is fuming. And across the line goes Immortal. He is 3rd fastest there. Immortal's up in the 3rd, then showing that he is quicker than a hiccup around here. Siege across the line stays 10th fastest. And KD in the pits, and Kush is on pole position then for the Hungarian Grand Prix by 84 hundredths of a second. That is Kush's first ever pole position in his career in ALR, and my goodness me, he worked for that one, didn't he? What an absolute incredible lap there for himself and for the Alpine team. What an end to qualifying that was there, but there is going to be an exciting race to come in this one. My goodness me, I'm going to be honest, I'm satisfied with qualifying. That was an incredible qualifying, wasn't it? Is that the best of the year so far? Potentially, but a new pole sitter, and it's the Alpine of Kush as well, and that's only our 4th pole sitter of the season as well, and Kush is shushing me as well, and my goodness gracious me. Serious Russia, a hell of a lap there from KD. Don't touch the sausage either. Equals that that curve is tough, and Glock saying that's frustrating. I've been in the mid-15s most times I've raced here. Vesey and German makes a cute couple as well then. In 4th and 5th position. But it's Kush, 8500 second, and it's on pole position then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. rain has arrived as expected, hasn't it? Look at that. That's a deluge and a half here. I think it's going to be wet tyres, you know. Goodness gracious me. Gurma, one tiny mistake then, and you lose so much around here. Serious question, don't you mean Vesley there? We've also got time for rain. It's the intermediate tyres. I'm absolutely dumbfounded by that. It just shows how good these drivers are in these modern day Formula 1 cars. Percy, down in 9th position there, Boxtel 14 pounds. Serious much saying that Percy and Boxtel are closer together then. Good luck all, serious much for saying that. Let's go for the quick shot to back. What is going to be a absolute doozy of a race, and I have no doubt about that. And I got cold shudders just looking at this grid. It's going to be a challenge at one indeed. Kirsch, who's very quick in Austria, has once again shown that he is very good around these short point and squirt circuits, and he's doing a great job. Kirsch, and he is his first pole position of his career. I think he got on the front row that day in Austria and started from first in the race itself. I think he won the sprint, didn't he? If I remember him rightly, but he's very much lining up those intermediate tyres. Troy alongside him on row 1. Championship rivals of Percy and Boxtel, 9th and 14th position now for both those drivers. This is a golden opportunity for Troy. He needs to get a good result here. Mortal, of course, he's very quick in the 100% league. Then let's see how he can do in gold tonight. Then Vesley in 4th position now with 5th position Gurman. Great performance from Vesley. Gurman back in the sessions, back on the hot seat as well for the race win. I don't know what I'm saying. Rooter in 6th position. I think he had the pace to be on the front way. He's going to be kicking himself back. KD in 7th position. A great lap from Serious Retro saying for KD. Mr. Rage in 8th position. Percy down in 9th position with Siege in 10th as well. Alhan in 11th position now, who's doing a bit of grass cutting now. Chappers in 12th position, got frustrated in 13th. Boxtel down in 14th position, made the wrong choice of tyre. I think he's on the right tyre now, where the other 19 drivers are. 15th position is Gamer with Sweet in 16th. Coop is in 17th position. Mumford in 18th position, the Ferrari. Nosey in 19th. Chazer in 20th position. Had a nightmare qualifying session with his turn 20. No, it is turn 14. Hopefully he can get that right in the race. 20 cards then on the grid then. With far post, there's 99% chance of rain. It is indeed, isn't it, with far? I don't think the far brings the Ipswich weather forecast, doesn't it, to our world, to our tour of the world in Formula 1 now. Lights out, and here's the pole sitter. It is go for Hungary. Here we go as well. Look at the wheel spin there for the McLaren of Nosey in car 23. But we're racing away then, and Alhan's through. Gurman's got past Benzine up in the 4th position already as we come down into one there, and Cash defends and chomps off Troy's advance. They've gone for the lead here, and how have they all gone through? They all gone through right. Gurman's on the front. There's a Red Bull. It's an AlphaTauri. Benzine spun the car, and this Nosey dropping down to 90th position as well. And oh goodness me, that's a nightmare indeed. Then Mr. Rage is dropping down into 11th position, and then Wooter's up in 5th position. No, he's down into 5th now, I should say. With no, he's up in 4th position now. So we swing through the fair. We got 5-second penalty for KD there for gaining an advantage. Then somehow we'll look at that a bit later on if we can. Oh my goodness me, but Kush has had the perfect start then with Troy in 2nd, Gurman up in the 3rd position there. Wooter in 4th, but Mortal down 2 positions there. Not a very good start there for Mortal, is it? In 5th position. Alhan up 5 positions. Alhan hits. He's had a storming start there in the Alfa Romeo. Alhan is quickly becoming a demon on these starts here, isn't he? And just on board now with Percy, who's in 8th position, Siege in 9th, Glock in 10th position there, Boxtel at 3rd position, and then position while Mr. Rage drops down the order. We've seen a car fly off there. Who was that? I'm not sure who it was. I think the Red Bull that went off earlier on. Then Rooter's lost out down into turn 12. That's not usually an overtaken opportunity, but in this weather, anything is possible. And he's going on the outside here, but Immortal there slamming the door shut, but he's got a bit of worldy on the old loud pedal there, and he's going on the outside. This could be a magnificent manoeuvre. He's trying, but Immortal's going to slam the door shut there, but he can't slam it too hard there because Rooter is still there on the outside, and they're going wheel to wheel down into turn 1 here. We're not sure how long this rain's going to be here for them, but for now it's definitely here to stay. And Rooter and Immortal having a great old ding dong here as they now race down to turn 2. You can go on the outside of turn 2 here as Gamer is lost out there to Mumford. Mumford has made up 5 positions on this. That's fantastic. Vesley dropping down down the order there. Mortal slamming the door shut. He's lost 2 seconds though with this battle going on here. And Alhan is trying to get past as well. KD, 5-second penalty. He can have that removed then if he feels fit, but if he wants to do so, however, I think that... Oh, and who's that? Rooter's had an issue there, and he's going to be... Look at this, and he's having issues. Look, Percy's out, second base is actually dropped down the order. He's off the circuit. Percy is out, he's dropping down the order. And that's a big spot. That's KD off the circuit there. KD is off the circuit. He's gone up in the air. And where is he? He is down at the back of the field there. Mumford up into a limp position now. We're not sure what's happening, but Percy! And Percy booked out contact between the two drivers to two championship rivals there. And again, they've come to blows. And my goodness me, this is getting personal already here. And Mr. Rage is slamming the door shut down on box now. And this is getting very Herrick Scarrow lap 2 of the Hungarian Grand Prix as we're down into turn 12. And my goodness me, and Mr. Rage there. You can see that both drivers are not really keen on each other at the moment, are they? Here then, and this is an absolutely incredible start to the Hungarian Grand Prix. And who is that? That's Gamer being forced out there, as Glock, I think, is coming into the pits. I think he is there, as this is getting very cozy. And Wesley there almost spinning the car out of turn 14 there. It was getting very, very... That was, I think that was borderline for both drivers, wasn't there? And going down into turn 1 there, as unfortunately Chappers is too far back at the moment. And yes, indeed, the two championship protagonists once again are close to a wheel-to-wheel combat here. And I gotta say, if this carries on, I think that Troy is going to be loving it, because he could sneak in here, can he, in the championship bow? And Wooter almost losing there. He has got a loss. Mumford is flying. Look, he's up to 11. He's up into 7th position in the Ferrari. And who's that got off that stage? He's off the circle as well. Oh goodness me! And we're only on lap the 3 here in this race. That's Rooter up with it. We've seen it coming, haven't we? There, he is struggling with the pace out there. And one of the Williams is a siege just off the circuit as well. And some drivers are really struggling with the grip out there, aren't they? And Nosey is another driver that is very much wrestling with the car. Kush leads Troy in second, German in third position at the moment. Mumford, what an incredible drive so far, up into a magnificent 6th position. What an incredible performance this is, and absolutely horrific stuff indeed there. Glock is said pathetic there, so I'm not sure what's happened to Glock. I think he got caught up in he got caught up in those shenanigans, I think, in the midfield then, maybe between the two championship protagonists. We'll wait and see. Serious Mushroom, how did KD survive that? I have no earthly idea, but KD has certainly got something in that Red Bull then that makes him sturdy. Both Red Bulls are looking strong, but however, both of them now in 14th and 20th there, and having major problems indeed then, and come through there to complete lap 4 in this race here tonight then. I think going back to that, I think the Glock was involved in that, involved in those issues there, but I think a lot of drivers are involved in those issues as well. But I don't, as Mumford has got some pace out there, seeing that Ferrari. Look at him go, he's having a great day. Both Ferraris who had a miserable time last time, and of course they had to have substitutes as well for both drivers. Unfortunately was unable to make it, but as Rooter off the circuit again, I think that Rooter would love it to have been a dry race here, and he's really struggling now, and he's off the circle again into turn 4, and Rooter is having an absolute nightmare of a time in these wet weather conditions. His teammate is leading the way at the moment, but he's just struggling, isn't he? He hasn't got no tire temperature, no confidence in the car. My goodness gracious me. So yeah, going back to those issues then in the mid part of that race, and Mumford has lost out to Percy. He's made his way back into 4th position there. Rooter's off the circuit down in 17th position there. His teammate Kush is now under major pressure now from the top 2, who's right behind him, of Troy and German. Immortal 3 seconds back. Alhan a further 3 seconds back as well at the moment, as the gaps are really starting to form here in this one. But Troy is very much on it like a car bonnet at the moment. Mumford wet setup maybe. Well, Mumford maybe on a wet setup, but he's also very much in a wet weather form as well, isn't there? But take nothing away from Mumford, he's doing a great job in that Ferrari. But yes, he might be on a wet weather setup, or Mumford might just have got into the sweet spot in that Ferrari, but he's drove around the chaos that's happened so far. Same with Chaz as well, also up in the 10th position as well. Rooter in the pits really struggling, and hopefully they can change that front wing. Maybe a new set of intermediate tires. No, he's out of this race there, Rooter is there, and I think that that is a big blow for him and the Alpine team. Very disappointing indeed there. See Rooter there really call it a day when we're not even halfway through, we're not even a quarter way through this race because there's a long way to go. Remember what happened in the Remember what happened on Wednesday night when we had a late safety car. Mr. Boxtel's off the circuit, and of course Boxtel then, who had a nightmare qualifying, is now having issues of his own. The championship leader, he's dropped down into 11th position here. Oh my goodness gracious me. Serious Smasher, come on, Troy. Katie's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane, and not this. This has gone from. This has gone from like from hero to zero stuff for KD. He's also pitted and quitted as well. So that's 2, unfortunately, out of this one. Quite early on in this race, unfortunately. We're only on lap 5 out of 35. Yes, it is very difficult to unlap yourself. But I know KD was not feeling well. Was not feeling well as well, wasn't he? So that might also be another reason. Then, but it's such a shame then for both drivers to be out quite early on in this one. Boxtel is in the pits then, and goodness gracious me, the championship leader. I think I'm going to be honest there. I didn't see with Percy and Boxtel as well. That rivalry is getting a bit too hot under the collar now, isn't it? I think the stewards is definitely going to have a word with both drivers there, because it is getting very it is starting to really cause some headaches, and I think the Glockers may have got involved as well, as he may have been involved, and I think KD may have been involved in all the shenanigans going on there as well. But he had a rear wing issue as well. KD is just put in the comments there. Kush leads still, but Troy is still second now with Gurman in third position. Chappers has got past the Gamer, made his way up into 11th position now. Gamer dropped down to 12. Gamer's got no wing there, has he on the left-hand side of the Aston Martin, and now Coop is potentially going to Coop then is potentially going to try and overtake here, but he doesn't at the moment now. So I thought I said the McLaren having a bit of a it was Knowlesy having a bit of an issue. On a bit of an issue then, and of course Katie said, why make it free ride and turn into turn 5 into a corner like turn 5 there? So KD then is not a happy chappy then, as Kush has had the fastest lap of the race so far. On this one there is Besley, who is now in 10th position. He's dropped down 6 positions at this moment in time then. A lot of drivers have been involved in the war so far then. You would have got a lot better with you've got a lot better of a wheel already, is Avon saying as well. But I think KD is probably furious about the stuff that happened on into what he did. He said he's very unhappy with what happened there in turn at number 5, unfortunately. Coop then, who's was all over the button there, but look at the game race, just absolutely pulling away here at this moment. It's there in that Mercedes in the background is sweet. It's 6/10 of a second back. No DRS then, of course, there in these wet weather conditions. Gurman has made a mistake somewhere, because he's dropped right off the back. It's almost 2 seconds he's lost to Troy. But however, if he's made a mistake, Immortal's still 3 seconds behind at the moment, so I'm not sure how that works. Maybe these two drivers are just taking off. There is Gurman now, third position, but they're starting to have a bit of a lonely race then, unless Gurman's just back it off to cool his tyres. Coop has dropped down into 14th position now, because the Mercedes suite has made its way up into 13th there. Me. But close battle on track mode is actually this is a battle for the lead in this race, and here it is, a lovely shot as we're looking down here. We're hoping, selfishly, that we get a bit of a dry spot in this race then, just to see, just to change up a bit. Then of course, I do prefer like a wet dry wet race, or like a varied kind of race. That does make the action a bit more interesting as well. It's almost swallowed my tongue there. Lap 8 of this race, and let's take stock when we've had action galore. Boxstars had to pit early. Hazard's Glock and Siege then. Troy has set a pass on the race. He is looking very comfortable in these conditions at the moment. Now, battle of the race is KD and Wooter. We have had all kinds of shenanigans with Boxtel and Percy as well, and I feel that the stewards are going to have to step in, I think, because this is now the 3rd race in the row that they've come to blows, and it is starting to get, I think the needle is starting to get a bit it's starting to really affect the racing potentially there. So we'll see what the stewards do after this one there. But yes, indeed, I think that a lot of drivers are going to probably have words to say, I think, after them really rubbing each other. Goodness me, really coming close to close quarter combat there in the mid part of the race. Lap, I should say. Excuse me. This is the button at the moment. Then this is for 12th, 13th, 14th. Knowlesy is just in the background, so you see that flash of the papaya. There he is. Boxtel is about 9 seconds away at the moment. Boxtel, do not count Boxtel out, but very similar to a Immortal. Remember that Immortal had an absolutely horrific stuff, and his stewards don't ruin my fun. Personally, I love a bit of needle as well. However, sometimes the stewards may have to step in there if it does get a bit too much. But let's see. But let's try and spot then, because of course we only caught it from a far view back camera angle then, so it might have just been an awkward angle then, but it does, as Kush said, the fast operator that's trying to extend his lead over Troy. Remember, Kush could have probably was so quick in Austria, could have and should have won that race. Knowlesy has made his way past Coop and up into 14th position now. Then Knowlesy, of course, he's might say that he's got a game of musical chairs for Knowlesy. He seems to be in a different car every week there, but he's stolen Alex Albon's number for this race, which is shocking. However, what isn't shocking behaviour, he's doing a very good job in 14th position there. Just really picking his spots then, and I'm feeling that's what you got to do in a race like this one, don't you? Remember, McLaren are trying to get 3 Constructors' Championships in a row. If they get that, then they will equal Renault's tally of 3 Constructors' Championships. But Renault never done it 3 in a row, did they? I think they did it in Season 2, Season 4, and Season 5. And who's that? That's Coop in the wall, and I think he spun out the rear tyres and has spun the car, and has damaged his whole wing now, unfortunately. So, that is, I think, the Coop then, he's going to have to come to the pits there. Rain is not easing off it by any stretch of imagination. On board now the nose cone, or what's left of the nose cone of the Williams car here. But yeah, Coop then, who was just lost out to Nicholson. I wonder if that settled the balance of the car ever so slightly. With the Mercedes, 2 Mercedes that are really in attacking form at the moment. Well, actually, one's attacking, one's defending. Chaz is trying to defend from Vesley, whilst Sweet is trying to defend from Knowlesy now, actually, because Knowlesy is really picking up an absolute flyer, picking up some momentum in this race. Now Troy has set another fast on the race then, with Percy down in 5th position on there, whilst Box down in 16th. Troy leads the way, then he will not lead the championship whatever if these results stay as it is then. However, this is going to be a big momentum shift then as well. Of course, we go to Spa next week, don't we, for gold. That is, of course, a very fun race indeed. It's quite easy to overtake as well around. I say quite easy. It's never easy to overtake in Formula 1, is it? But however, I think that it is a lot easier to overtake around there than it is around here. Troy is once again homing in on Kush at the moment. 25 laps to go in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Still, we ain't even at half distance yet then, and what are the drivers going to do? Are they going to come in the pits and just run another set of intermediate tyres, or have they got a weather forecast which is telling them this is going to dry up in this race? At the moment, there's no sign of the rain abating here, but we're still on the intermediate tyres. It's not getting worse, it's not getting better at the moment now. Wing changes happening now for the Williams team as he comes out of the pits, and Knowlesy has dropped back ever so slightly at this moment. It's this battle for 12th, 13th, and 14th is very much sticking us on the edge of our seats at the moment. And Kaz is coming to the comments as well. Hello, race fans, and of course, FYI, my homeland is Hungary, or day to you. Then, of course, it's only in Chaz's world then, or Chaz's Canada. He is only like 20 to 2 around there, isn't there? So goodness gracious me. We've also got Kaz's dad was actually born in Hungary. So very good something there. So yes, so hopefully Kaz can have a good race then I think he got 2 points on Wednesday, but hopefully he can get another good race in bronze as well. Kaz can then. Farf, hey, hello Farf. Farf this time is not impersonating anyone else. He's on his own account this time, and just coming through the final turn now, and it's shocking me, it really is. The problem is though, I only know people by their gamer tags, to be honest. I think if, for example, if Far's real name came up, it probably would take me 2 minutes to realise who he is. Albeit his surname is the same as his gamer tag, I suppose, in a way. But never mind. Anyway, he just got Sweet, who is still trying to gain on gamer at the moment, but he can't at the moment. With no DRS, then it is very difficult to overtake, isn't it? And I think that Troy may have got past Kush with DRS, and you can't really say that at the moment, can you? But Troy is seems to be yo-yoing around at the moment there between himself and Kush there. German is losing time hand over fist on the top 2 and now starting to race away. They're pulling away now. Pushing away then, pushed away from the drivers behind him. Now German's now 3.5 seconds back, Mortal 4 seconds back. Alhan doing a great job in 5th position, Percy in 6th. Mumford, driver of the day so far in 7th position. I hope I haven't cursed it. Mr. Rage safe, Chazza in 9th, Vesley in 10th. That's the top 10 at the moment now. 5.5 second gap between Vesley and Chappers in 11th position. Gamer in 12th. He hasn't got no pace seemingly at the moment, as he is struggling for pace there. And Sweet and Nosey all over the back of his gearbox. Boxtow is in in 50th position there and homing in quite quickly on Nosey. He is dragging Glock along with him as well. Glock is finding some mega pace at the moment in the Alfa Romeo in 16th position there. Can Glock there get himself? He was talking about how quick he was in qualifying, but unfortunately was very unlucky not to get DRS. And now Glock is seeming quick in this race as well in 60th position there. And then we've got Siege and then both Williams drivers are at the back of the field, and they needed some points here tonight. Williams have not really, as Boxall's at the fast half of the race, Williams have not really hit this championship since the opening of Bal in Bahrain. Now, of course, where Troy got second, Pete's got second position there. That's a lot of curve for Sweet then, and he is going to struggle for traction. And now Knowlesy, look at that Aston Martin sparking quite heavily in front of us. That Gamer has got a very low Aston Martin there. That's not going to help if the rain gets worse there, because we might see a bit of aquaplaning now from the Aston Martin, but that's if the rain gets heavier. At the moment, it is quite steady. Charles Palmer has come into the comments there, as Farf is now on his business tablet there, and of course his Serious Russian is also on his laptop and PlayStation 5. Also, we've got Palmer saying, come on, Troy, will it dry out then? Doubt it, Serious Russian saying, we haven't heard anything yet, and the rain does look set fair. It does look like it's here to stay for the foreseeable future at the moment, but we haven't heard anything more than, but I think that someone did say in qualifying that it is going to be a full wet race, isn't it? From start to finish there, so, which is a bit unfortunate, because I would like, but then again, we've got a bit of blue sky there, just in front of us to run on board and Nosey again then. We're going to see Nosey. There he is at the background, Boxtel, who's been a bit in the wilderness in the last couple of laps or so, hasn't he? Because of the incidents that went on in the midfield there, but he's now trying to get himself back into this one now. And look at Vesey there, goodness me, putting on a lot of almost spinning the car there. Boxtel's found some almighty pace at the moment there. Mumford is now starting to form a queue behind him with Mr. Rage and Chaz now all over the back. And Mr. Rage got a 3-second penalty. That's the first penalty of the race as well here. Goodness gracious me then. That penalty could cost him later on in this one. On board with Sweets once again then, and at the moment there, of course, this is a very slow race time at the moment there, due to the wet weather around here. Of course, so these it's Boxtel getting past Nosey. I think Nosey playing the team game very nicely indeed there. Nosey is because Nosey is normally a super sub, isn't he? I think he would have let him through anyway, Nosey would there, because Nosey's a very sensible driver, and of course he has been in Boxtel's position before as being a championship challenger in yesteryear. So he definitely knows what the pressure is like that this man is going through at the moment. He is in the championship, Boxtel is there. However, he has got a long way to go if he wants to get back to the points at the moment next. So it's about 14-ish seconds away from just getting that single point. Then we ain't at half distance yet at this moment now. So it is not so. It is wow. He's got plenty of time to sort it out there. So in terms of a full wet race, then in terms of like what is the strategy going to be? I hear you asking then. Or an angry Geordie is a dangerous Geordie, and he is indeed. I think he probably is a bit unhappy about it. I think the person will be a bit unhappy about him clashing again then here tonight. But let's see how this one transpires. At Boxtel, who has been flying the last 2-3 laps, he has been setting fastest laps there as well. He's almost out of first as he has a sniff into turn 1, but nothing more. And it just shows how difficult it is to overtake around here. He's going to have to wait for a mistake for Sweet, or having an amazing exit of one of the corners, potentially turn 14 to have a sniff down to turn 1. Gav at the front is up to a second now, and that's the first time we've seen it up to a second this race then, well, as far as I can tell anyway, is up to a second for the first time in this race. And so has Kush found a sweet spot here, then as Troy is starting to struggle in this one. Oh, Boxtel almost off there. He cannot afford a DNF. I don't think Boxtel's had a DNF this season, or he may have had. He's only had one or none. I'll have a look at that strategy. I'll have a look at that stat in a minute. But he's all over the back of the Aston Martin of Gamer here, and Sweet, and himself. And Kush has set the fast out race. And Kush has really put some daylight between himself and Troy. Kush is going for his first ever Grand Prix win in ALR Gold. Then, and of course, he had his first pole position earlier on today, and now he's got his first race win. He's now aiming for his first race win as well, but Troy is not going to let this one go. Is he with the championship damage on his mind there? And look at this as the two drivers are fighting, and now Boxtel, I've got the wrong car, and I got the right McLaren. I got the wrong McLaren, but technically I got the right car in a way. Oh my goodness gracious me. And Now in the 13th, now goes boxed out, and I think Gamer is a very quick customer, but in this day in history, he is really struggling in that Aston Martin, and I think boxed out is going to use up all his deployment here to just try and get past the Aston Martin, but he is too far back. And the McLaren is struggling, isn't he, in a straight line there, very reminiscent to the early Red Bull days of 2011 and 2012, where the Red Bull was quite sluggish down the back straights there. But of course, then when they when they was out in front, they didn't really need to worry about straight line speed, did they? And of course, boxed out in the last couple of races has been pretty emphatic, hasn't he? And look at this, and he's now all over the back of the Aston Martin. He's going this way and that way, but Gamer will not be deterred, will he? Then of course, Gamer, look at this, Gamer, he's got no wing. Gamer hasn't now, has he? And that is why he's also showing for time as well. And look at this, and Boxtown is going to be furious with that there, and now Sweet is on the outside there. Sweet is on the outside, and of course there, Sweet has made a mistake there, and that is allowed Knowlesy through and up in the 14th position as well. And I think that Boxtown is going to be a bit unhappy that Gamer was keeping to his line there, but let's see how. Let's see what I can do this time around then. As we just sit there, of course, I forgot there's a Gamer down to swing, which is why he's struggling for pace at the moment, isn't he? Coming into turn 12, and you can see both McLarens now up to 13th and 14th position there, but still out of the points. Still out of the points, man. The gap is now 11 seconds between Gamer and Chappie, and I think that is what Boxtown can see. You can see that on his data, that he is losing time, that these two are losing time to Chappie, and Chappie is a further 7 seconds away from Vesley. However, Vesley, Mr. Rage, Chazza are having a good old battle between himself and Mumford. Mumford has got some good straight line speed though, because he's not losing time down the back straight then. He's having a snip into no, he isn't. He's not even having a look into turn one there. That Glock is going to sive up the inside here. He has sived up the inside. Mumford, just as I said something there, Mumford has lost out to Mr. Rage, and now Mr. Rage now needs to put some daylight between himself and Mumford then, because of that 3-second penalty. Mumford's not going to be too difficult to shake. It's not going to be easy to shake off Mumford at the moment there. Big Gamer is trying to let Jordy go, to be honest, is what Serious Russian was saying. That's a very good point, actually. I'm always very sinister anyway. There we go. And look at this, and this Gamer. And I think that, well, he's defending the inside there, isn't he, Gamer is? So he possibly could have went by there, but then again, he would have also lost out to Knowlesy here. But Gamer is, he could lift off down the start-finish straight if he really wanted to, but Gamer is fighting for position here as he into the pits comes a Mortal. He is kind of in no man's land, though, where Mortal is, as he was about 4 seconds behind German. He was about 5 seconds in front of Alhan, and then look at this, and here comes Percy up the inside. Oh, goodness me, locks on the outside tyre, and he cannot get past that. And Mortal is coming out of the pits now. Got yellow flag is when the Williams is off there. I think it's Siege, is it? I think it's Cooper who's having issues there. So look, Mortal's going to be out of the pit lane. He is out of the pit lane in 10th position now, and he's and more importantly, he's in front of this battle here, which means at the moment Boxhouse not even go for a monstrous undercut here. Now, as look at this, and as Glock, and look at this, and, oh my goodness, he's going for it to turn one there, and Boxdown needed to make that move stick there, but Gamer's going up and under now. Glock is up in the 14th position there, passes Knowlesy, and there is Glock then, and Gamer has very much fought tooth and nail. Remember, the reason why this is because of course Gamer knows that his teammates in the championship bout with Percy, so that could be a reason why as well. Gamer is also defending now, and of course this is also a team sport as well, of course, as individuals, and I think the Gamer has done his team and Percy a lovely helping hand there. Lap 17 and intermediate tyres are on the Mortal. Troy's in the pits as well. And look at this, and now let's see then what is going to transpire here. Oh, goodness gracious me. Now, so Troy and Alhan in the pits as well. Staying out is Kush. Also staying out is German as well. How important is the undercut here on the intermediate tyres is what I'm thinking. That's a Mercedes off. Is Sweet who's off the circuit. I don't think he's damaged the car. I'm not sure if he made it close to the wall or not, but he is recovering. However, as we've got all kinds of oh, and look, and now we got Glock who's through. He is through there. there. Gamer's trying to sneak back up the inside here, but Glock has got the position there. And look at that, in the 2.5 seconds already. Knowlesy is in the pits then for the McLaren team. And there is boxed out. There is Glock as well. They could be there's coming out of the pits now is Mumford and Chazza. And look, that's crucial in this race because Mumford is through, but Glock is not through. And so then that is crucial. That is what Boxtown needed then. And that overtake has happened. That overtake Jordan Boxtown did 2 laps ago was crucial because he didn't want to be in that Mumford train there. Now then, I think his next target, see if we can get in front of Mr. Rage. Does he know about that next target? There was a question there. It's very difficult to know who you're racing sometimes in these situations there, unless of course you've got the stream on, or into the pits comes Kush then, or of course you've got a race engineer next to you, which I'm sure that some drivers do and other drivers don't. We'll see how that one transpires. And no iron team is what Sirius Mushman is saying then, and certainly the Aston Martin team may be working together on this one now. Mumford and Chazza, I think that Chazza is going to be able to draw the back of that rear Ferrari diffuse by the end of this one. Now here comes Alhan then. Alhan's having a brilliant race, isn't he, out there at the moment? Alhan is there once again showing his experience. His experience is so good, isn't it, there? And in these kind of conditions there, he's doing a magnificent job. And Chappers into the pits at the perfect time. Troy leads the race, and where are they? Here they are. Troy has come out in front of them. Kush said, and the overcut has been crucial at this stage of proceedings. And Kush said, should he have reacted? That it's so difficult when you're the car lead in this one. And now Troy leads the Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me! And Chappers, where is Chappers at? He's coming on the pits now. And Boxed Out is now to a very solid 9th position there. 11 seconds away from Alhan. That's a massive gap to make up then before the end of this race. But Troy, let's see if he's got the pace there to stay in front of Kush now. But Kush then, has he made a mistake, a strategical error then? But Troy then was way a bit sat there waiting. Now he has got the job done. He leads this race then for Troy and aiming for his 3rd Grand Prix win of the season in the AlphaTauri. After AlphaTauri's miserable race in France, he is now really starting to bounce back in that Italian team. Magnificent. But this is not over though. Kush is not having any of that then. We are just over half distance in this race and that rain is still steadily coming down here. It's not sign of abating at the moment now. Percy has stayed out as well for quite a long period of time then, but so he's going to be under attack now from the likes of, well, I think that his choice at the fast side of the race and just underlying his pace now in that AlphaTauri. Gurman leads the way then, but Gurman is yet to stop as well as Percy and Mr. Rage and Vesley. Mortal has stopped. Alhan has stopped as well. Boxtel stopped then, but I think the Boxtel may need to come back into the pits again. But let's see how that one transpires. Same with Glock as well. Also needs to stop again, and he stopped earlier on then, having to replace after having damage. Of course, Siege also stopped as well on 15 laps then. So your Troy is just playing with food, then Sirius Rush was saying, and Troy is now leading the way quite nicely indeed. Then Chappers is, Gamer's in the pits. I was going to say Chappers is just going in the pits. Gamer in the pits. It's going to be a longish stop here for Gamer because he's going to have to change that nose cone in the Aston Martin, and then we'll see how quickly Gamer can be for the remainder of this race. And just on board with Chaz, and this is the closest battle on track at this moment in time. Mumford, who's pitted and is now in the points there. Mumford is doing a sublime job, and he's also keeping up with the championship leader. Goodness me, I thought Chaz was in the wall then. And he's also keeping up relative to the championship leader. But look at that, Glock is dropping back now as he's really struggling. Glock is to keep up with the fresher intermediate tyre runners there. Who else is in this battle? I think that Vesley was in this battle as well, wasn't he? Well, Vesley and Mr. Rage has opted to stay out. So we'll see if this... and Chazza, I thought was a goner there, but he just about kept it in the straight and narrow there. But Chazza is just really pushing, isn't he, here at this stage? Troy said not fast on the race. The gap is 1.3 seconds there between himself and Kush into the pits. Now comes Vesley then. So Vesley's had enough of those intermediate tyres. He'll have fresher intermediates by the end of this one. But I feel that the undercut might be the powerful option here. Well, it's quite complicated, isn't it? But I feel that pitting earlier than your rival is probably the best way to go about it. It's so difficult to overtake at the moment in these conditions there. We have not seen many overtakes at all tonight, have we, compared to the usual action in the ALR, especially last week in France. But Vesley coming out of the pits now. He is going to be... Vesley almost get a snake there. And look, this is a crucial part of this race because Mumford is alongside there. Mumford is going to go on the outside. He will have his tyres warmed up and ready to go. Yellow flag as Cooper's out of the race, and it's not going to to be a safety car. I'm just keeping an eye on that, but look at this, and his Mumford is through. He is through, and it's a full course caution here. I don't think it's a safety car, but it's a VSC then. Oh my goodness me, I think that some drivers don't for full safety car. That might be why they were staying out. The likes of Gertman, the likes of Percy and Mr. Rage here. But Mumford getting past Bezzi is a crucial point in this race here. And that may concern Mr. Rage as well. So Mr. Rage will be hoping that this VSC stays out there. And into the pits now comes German now on lap 21. And I'm not sure if the VSC is going to end yet or whatnot, but he's in the pits now. And so German's taking advantage of it. I don't think he's going to gain too much time here, German is there. But I think he's going to still be in a comfortable third. Percy is in the pits as well. Mr. Rage, I think that he would need to be in the pits as well. German is in and out, so that's a very good time. That's a very good stop there from the Ferrari, and German has given himself plenty of breathing space as well over Immortal, hasn't he? Mr. Rage has stayed out. I wonder if that might be a mistake there for Mr. Rage. Whoa, might to stay there because he got third position last week, didn't he? And it's a change of nose cone as well. So Percy was wasn't unscathed there from their battle and antics there earlier on in this race, and now he's coming out of the pits, and Alhan is through. Where is Boxtel here? Goodness me, we're going to have another round, are we? Don't forget Jake Paul and Tony Fury. It is going to be, and Boxtel's got a drive-through penalty. Oh my goodness me, and this is going from bad to worse now for Boxtel here tonight. And goodness gracious me, and he sees Percy coming out of the pits. Troy leading the race. He's got a drive-through penalty. That's all but going to end his hopes and points here, unless he gets a safety car. But this is a nightmare week for Boxtel. Not only in qualifying he was knocked out with the wrong tyre choice, but now he is now he is also going to now he's also going to have to do a drive-through penalty as well. And Sirius Mushroom has made a very interesting point. Because we're in wet weather conditions here, they do not need to stop at all. So Mr. Rage might be trying to get those intermediate tyres to the end, you know. Well, that is going to be an audacious strategy, because he thought that German was going to do it as well. As Sirius Mushroom wanted round 5 between Percy and Boxtel, Percy is pushing, isn't he, as hard as he can now. He's on fresh intermediate tyres, and let's see what he can do then. Kush has actually found some pace over himself and his rival Troy at the moment now. German has got a 4-second buffer to himself at Mr. Rage, but he's on 20-0 tyres, 20-0 lap tyres, and Percy is drifting that car quite nicely there, isn't he? However, it's not something out in terms of time. Look at this, Boxtel, Mumford, Vesey, Chazza, all very much within, looking into the pits comes Boxtel, and I think that's going to be to serve his drive-through penalty. And here comes Mumford. He's having the drive of his life out there, isn't he, Mumford is? He is driving superbly well, and at the moment he is just in absolute magnificent form in the Ferrari, isn't he, Mumford? Is brilliant stuff indeed. Boxtel is serving his drive through. This is all but ended his hopes on picking points, hasn't it? Unless there's a safety car, but anything can happen in this Grand Prix. So free retirement as Boxtel almost losing coming out of the pit lane. There's a lot of frustration then under Boxtel's helmet as well, and I've got to be honest there. It's very difficult to keep your emotions in check when a race is not going your way then, and I'm not going to make any judgments about what happened then, but about what happened in the race then, but unfortunately 3 races in a row now. The radio's got very light all of a sudden. I said, do you think it's going to dry? And we go on to slick tyres towards the end of this one. Well, it still seems quite cautious at the fast on the race. This race is not over for Troy, is it? Troy going for his 3rd race win of the season here. Kush would love to get his 1st race win of his career. Kush is not involved in the championship battle there. He just wants to win races, doesn't he? And that's going to make that man very dangerous indeed then. German is 9 seconds back then. Even with that pressure intermediate tyres out, he hasn't got enough then, has he, to keep up then with the two drivers who are absolutely flying out in front at the moment. Mortal's now starting to catch up to the back of Mr. Rage as well. Mortal once again showing us he is a very quick customer indeed. KD, how did Jordan get a drive through? It was a VSC. Yeah, he sped under the VSC, unfortunately, Boxtel did that. I think that he must have gone a fraction too early, or because he got the drive-through penalty as soon, almost, when it was lifted there for Boxtel. But that has all but ended his chances in this Grand Prix, unfortunately. Let's take stock. We're on lap 24 out of 35 around here. Only one driver's got a penalty at the moment. Fantastic stuff there for for the drivers not to get penalties at all. Unfortunately, I'm going to name and shame it's Mr. Rage, but he's doing a great job in full position there. Off the back of that great third last week as well, Haas are very much in the ascendancy. Troy leads the way then with Kush in second position on there. It is German 9.5 seconds away from Kush. He just hasn't got the pace here tonight. Mr. Rage and Immortal fourth and fifth position there. Alhan in a brilliant sixth position there, but Percy who's now flying in seventh position. And Mumford is in eighth, and we've got the queue behind Mumford then of Vesley, Chaza, and Glock is dropping back now. Chappers will be joining this queue in the not too distant future, and I think that Knowles is going to also be involved in this queue as well, because Mumford is not yielding, is he? Why should he yield though? Because he is fighting for those 4 points, and those 4 points is crucial for himself and for the Ferrari team as well, isn't he? And why should he? Because he has driven an absolutely superb race as he stays completely. He's nailed the strategy, and he's also defending superbly well as well. Percy now up in new sixth position. Has he got the pace set? We've seen him driving with no wing. We've seen him driving with damage to the wing then, which might have been the reason why he was struggling earlier on then. He is now 8 seconds away from Immortal and Mr. Rage. And Mr. Rage has not jumped out of the way yet, has he, of his teammate, which I'm quite surprised by. I thought he might have done. Kush has dropped back to over a second again then. Leave Mr. Rage alone. He is in the Haas. Sir Rush was saying he is indeed, and he's doing a spectacular job, isn't he? Of course, unfortunately, I did up to David Seamus. He's the only driver to got a penalty, but he had a podium last week. And of course he is he hasn't stopped yet then, and he is doing a supreme job. However, I think Immortal would probably like him to jump out of the way at this stage of proceedings there, as for the Immortal, they're not really fighting anyone just yet, but I think Immortal will be looking over his shoulder then with Percy only 7 seconds back then. Troy has set the fast lap of the race, and with just 10 laps to go in this one, and this one is an absolute doozy, hasn't it? There's going to be a lot of controversy as well, I think, at the end of this one. Of course, in those opening couple laps, a lot of drivers got involved in some shenanigans or two, didn't they? And of course, a lot of drivers also getting their elbows out there. We'll see how this one goes. And Immortal's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. No team orders at the Haas team, so he blasts past Mr. Rage up into fourth position. And Immortal flying, I think his best race in gold was second position a season or two ago, a few seasons ago actually, for Immortal. But he's now up into fourth position there. And once again, showing he's got some pace. Into the pits comes the Glock. He's done 22 laps on the intermediate tyres, and Glock will be hoping for some kind of safety car, I think. Now, Immortal's a reserve though. He is indeed, isn't there? So I think that Immortal would probably not want to get out of the way of the Haas car, as we've got, I think it's a Gamer that just Gamer's lost the whole of the wing now, and of course we had a late safety car, didn't we, on Wednesday night? So we could have another late safety car here, but Gamer, just like unfortunately in that race on a Wednesday, it has not gone at all well, has it, for Gamer tonight? And unfortunately, he's coming into the pits. He's going to have fresh intermediate tyres, which is a positive, but I think that's as much as we can take for a positive for Gamers of race tonight. Hats off to him for keeping going. Troy setting up fast on the race there. He wants to fall 26 points tonight, don't he? Doesn't he? Troy does. This is going to be a golden opportunity with his championship rivals in the wars here tonight. Vesey is all over the back of Mumford then, with Chaza just also in the wings as well. There's Chappers in the back then, and of course he got released by Glock last time around. 3.7 seconds to gap is, remember that gap, because we're going to check back in the not too distant future to see if Chappers is reeling these drivers in then. Siege in at 13th position. Boxtel stayed out in a 13th position as well. I've been the Boxtel. It's been a very, very difficult race, hasn't it, there for Boxtel. And the Aston Martin Gamer just getting out of the way of his teammate. I think the Gamer did a great job to keep Boxtel from behind as long as he did then. Of course, some of you, some of the drivers, a 3-second penalty now for Immortal. Is that going to cost him? That may cost him, because Percy has been absolutely taking time out of these drivers, hand over fist. Look at that. I thought the gap was about 7 seconds. Percy has got it down to 1.9 seconds between himself and Mr. Rage. He's on the grass there, but he's then it's 1.4 seconds between himself and Mortal, just in front of Mr. Rage. My goodness gracious me, Troy's just showing up now. But Percy there is trying to salvage something from this race, which has been a bit of a difficult one, but he could potentially get himself back up to fourth. At the moment, he could be a de facto fourth, but if you add penalties into the equation. Alhan is also starting to really reel in the two Haas cars as well, so I think that the Haas team are going to have to, might be getting a bit nervous now, aren't they, with Gunter Steiner on the wall. And of course, one thing to take away from the test as well is that, that very cute three-man pit wall that the Haas team have got. Oh, that might be a warning there for Percy there, so he doesn't want too many of those. He doesn't want a 3-second penalty on the end of this one. It's been a very enthralling Grand Prix tonight, and of course there's been there's been action, there's been drama, and my goodness me, I think the fallout of this race is going to very much live long in the memory. It's going to be a very much a Nico Rosberg and Hamilton kind of collision there to really set things off. And of course, I feel that they have been coming to blows more often than not, but all of a sudden it is now starting to get really, really interesting here. Mumford once again and defending for all he's worth here in this one. I think he's done a superlative job in the Ferrari, and I think he's going to be just hoping that this one is almost done now, isn't he? There is Percy there trying to get himself through as well. Blue flags don't ignore him, for God's sake, serious bunch of it saying that. Of course, yes indeed, then that was a point that a couple of drivers were very unhappy about after the 100%, and I thought Percy was gone there after the 100% race, wasn't it? But then again, I would have ignored him as well, but that's just me. But we've already heard my escapades in qualifying and why I don't race anymore. Personally, needs to get past Mr. Rage ASAP here. Mr. Rage is doing a no-stop race almost, isn't he? He's doing a superb job to still be this quick on those intermediate tires. Fantastic job indeed there, but I think Percy's not interested about sentiments tonight there. He wants to improve his position. He has improved his position. It's wheel-to-wheel the Haas car. He takes the Haas car. Mr. Rage down to 6th. Percy up into 5th position now. 2.5 seconds back at the moment is himself, and behind them all is himself, but with Mortal's 3-second penalty, he is currently in the box seat set, and the yellow flag was for Sweet. I think just letting through the man who was the men who was lapping. Yellow flag again is one of the Aston Martins is off, and it is Gamer's off again here, and that's the wing gone for Gamer. Is that going to cause a safety car here? I don't think it is, because the marshals could clear it up then from the side of the road there. However, Gamer is having a nightmare race then. Unfortunately, he lets Chapper through. He's got the gap down to 2.9 seconds now. It's not come down as quick as what I thought it was. Troy is once again lapping quicker, isn't he here? I gotta say, Mumford's pace in that Ferrari is still pretty hot, isn't it? I thought he's going to drop away. He is not dropping away at all, Mumford, is he? And Vesey and Chaz are going to be very frustrated then to be stuck behind Mumford all the way through this race, but he's done a supreme job, Mumford has here tonight, and he certainly deserves the plaudits, and very good stuff indeed. But look at this, and there's Vesey all over the back now. Lucas Percy also coming onto the pressure now of a Mortal. My golly gosh. I think that we've still got a final. I think we've still got a final sting in the tail. I think in this one. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be one that is on the edge of the seat. Still great points for the Haas team. So hashtag not fuss there. Of course, yeah, if we're 4th and 6th position for the Haas team, this is going to really help him there. Gamer is out of the race. I don't even know where he's gone, to be honest. He's not even on the track map. There's a McLaren off, though, and that is Knowlesy, who had an issue there and almost stopped at the pit exit there. So not sure up to Knowlesy there, but that certainly would have been a fright for some of the drivers out there. So I think we're just edging closer. No safety cars in this one. We had a VSC, but nothing more. So good stuff indeed there. A very clean and precise race this has been, hasn't it? Fantastic. Well, maybe not the. Maybe I'll take that back. Actually, after the beginning, it was a clean race, wasn't it? But goodness gracious me. He's really putting the pressure now, isn't he, on the on Mumford. Then Mumford has had an absolutely barnstorming of a race today, hasn't he? Really good stuff indeed there for really good stuff indeed there for Mumford. Fantastic, fantastic stuff indeed there. As we're coming into the twilight of this race now, and wow, 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 wow. That's all I can say. Sorry, I was actually oh, it's far. Forward, so far fair was just say Mumford, Chazza and Mr. Racer for drive of the day. So Knowles the only wanted 9 teams, so surely you get drive of the day as well. Sorry, apologies, Far. I've already put the drive of the day poll in the chat, so apologies about that. But yeah, I think that I should have put Mr. Racer, really, shouldn't I? Really, shocking behaviour indeed. However, we all know who my vote was for, wasn't it? As I've been singing his praises throughout the race, it has been Mumford. He's been driving a superb one, hasn't he? Just going to stick with Lucas Percy, who is all over the back of Mortal. He 10 seconds the gap is between Mortal and we've got a Mercedes off there, and hope it's not Chazza. It's Sweet. No disrespect to Sweet there, but he's not in the points, unfortunately. He recovers now, but he's down in 60th position. Sweet is boxed all over the back of Sweet. Hats off to Boxed Out, by the way. And Sweet knows in got them for sticking at it then, because it's been a race that they'll probably want to forget. Just coming out of the final turn, and look at this. Percy is already in front of him in terms of time, but he wants to get past her as well. I think that German's going to be too far in front. And look at this, as a Mortal switching to the inside there, as he is defending from Percy. And I know Percy's going to try and go up and under. Alhan is now coming up to the attack of Mr. Rage as well. We've still got oh goodness me, Haas still got both penalties as well, but I can't believe it. Mr. Rage has not come in the pitch. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Mumford is now really starting to harvest that. Vesley's going for it. He's having a look down into turn 1 there. Has Mumford got anything to defend from? He has, you know, he hasn't. Looking at that, and Vesley has not a stable car as the Ferrari. He's going to go up the inside, but Mumford defends his position there for all he's worth in this one. And this is going to become a doozy, isn't it? Chappers has found another second in the last couple of laps or so. Then, oh my goodness gracious me, Sir Special has voted for Mumford for the drive of the day. Let's hope we don't crash now. Yes, indeed, that I've got everything crossed. He doesn't crash now. Mumford, a superb drive, and today he's been absolutely on the limit and beyond. He's been superb, hasn't he? And now, what about Chazza? Chazza having a sniff as well in 10th position in the Mercedes, but he's a bit too far back as well. Look, Chappers is about a second back now. I think this is going to be a very sweaty end then for Mumford in this one. I can assure you of that. Driver of the day at the moment, then 20% for Troy, 80% for Mumford at the moment. Thank you very much. Keep your driver of the day votes coming in. As Glock then just drove over me to pay there. He has got past Siege Glock up in the 13th position there. Boxstar, who has not pitted, has he, after that drive-through penalty. Unfortunately, since then he hasn't had no pace as the championship leader. But there's going to be fire, and fire in his eyes, I think, after this one. Now we've got to Troy, who's got 33 votes, and Mumford on 67. My word. And look, here's Chazza now, 33 out, 35, and Chazza having a look at the inside. However, no dice at the moment there, as he's just too far back. And Troy has got the, well, last time we checked in with Troy, the gap was about 1.3. Well, since then, he is just done. He's done the rain dance around here in Hungary. He is going for his third Grand Prix of the day. I love it. Serious pleasure. Fantastic. Driver of the time, Becca should be driver today. That's indeed that. To be fair, that is Swiffy or Boy's fault. Oh, Chaz is drifting there. Chaz would love to get back, love to get more than a point after his efforts he's made in that Mercedes tonight then. But once again, Chaz there, very much a very cool measured driver. Troy then, now 5 seconds up the road from Cash, and he's done a great job in second position. German in third, Percy in fourth. Fifth is Immortal with 6 is Mr. Rage. Immortal should stay fifth, but Mr. Rage is going to drop down to 7th regardless if Alhan gets past him or not. As long as Alhan doesn't make a mistake. Mumford in 8th position, Vesey in 9th, and Chaz is in 10th position, and Chappers cannot keep up now, down in 11th position now. 12th is Box Tower, Glock 13th, Siege 14th, Nosey 15th, Sweet in 16th position there. Retirements in this one there, Gamer out of the race, Coop out of the race, KD and Wooter also out of the race as well there. 57% Mumford, 43% Troy. That's actually closer than what I thought it'd be, to be honest. Out of the final turn there comes a yellow flag as Fun Kids is Sweet who's out in issues again then, and I think that Sweet probably can't wait to park that Mercedes and go and have a tequila. I'm not sure what is the local drink around Hungary. Oh goodness me! And Vincent again squirrely. I'm not sure what the local drink is around Hungary, to be honest. Into the pits comes Boxtel, and I'm wondering then if Boxtel might be trying to go for the fastest lap here, you know. But let's see how this road transpires. And he will be taking it off Troy, of course. And every point counts. And they're all my driver days. I'm such a suck up then. And as he went for Mumford, serious pressure is such a suck up. I wouldn't say you're a suck up, my good sir. However, I think that both Troy and Mumford have driven a superb race for two different reasons, haven't they? This is a day where Troy needed to strike, especially with Percy and Boxtel seeming to be kicking lumps out of each other still, but also he had track position, didn't he? And really, he didn't have track position on stage, but he did have the strategy call, didn't he? And he's gone purple. Troy has there on this lap. I can't believe he's still got the pace there. My goodness me! Alhan is all over the back of Mr. Rage, but I think that Alhan will be quite happy to sit in second finish there because he'll be 6 overall, and a great drive from Alhan as well in the Alfa Romeo. Really good stuff, indeed. I don't know how he got past all that fracas at the beginning of this race there. Magnificent stuff indeed. Mumford and Chazza did a great job to navigate their way through to get 8th and 10th position. Both have actually moved up 10 positions from the starting grid. Really good stuff indeed then. But I think we need to look at this man here. He is going for his 3rd Grand Prix win of the season. Troy has had this an important race win as well. Whatever happened here today, and Boxtel wouldn't have relinquished the championship lead. But with once again Boxtel and Percy kicking lumps out of each other, this could potentially be a major point here in the championship. Troy wins the Hungarian Grand Prix, sets the fastest lap as well. Domination there from Troy. A great and absolutely as Cush there. I thought he was going to crash before the finish line there. A great dominating performance there from Troy here tonight, and that is a statement, isn't it, there for Troy? As he is not out of this championship yet, is he? And with the two championship protagonists once again there fighting and coming together again, I feel that Troy could sneak in there. Percy does set the fast lap on the race there, and he has now stolen that 1 point there. That 1 point there, this fast lap point is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? There, and it is certainly making these races very interesting towards the end as well. But Mumford and Troy have both got 50% of the votes so far. Out of the final turn then, and Mumford gets a superb 8th position there. In my opinion, he's driver today. He's been supreme. Absolutely fantastic stuff for Mumford. Absolutely sublime stuff for himself on the Ferrari team. He deserves driver today for me. I think he's been magnificent. Of course, so it is you, the viewing public, that determine who's the driver today. And currently, it's Troy on 55%, 44% for Mumford. But it is Troy. This is an important day, I feel, for Troy. However, I haven't got my mass hat on, but let's find out then. And as did Percy and Boxtel collide, they did, unfortunately. And Boxtel said as he finally succeeded in getting him 0 points then. So there is a lot of, I think that there is a lot of needle then between the two championship protagonists, and something may break the camel's back if we ain't careful in this one. However, today belongs to Troy then, but I do feel that there is going to be a lot of fallout once again. And last 3 races then, Boxtel and Percy have come to blows then. But today is more about this man. It is Troy's day. He has won his 3rd Grand Prix of the season. Fantastic stuff for Troy. Magnificent. And yes, and I think that he'll be very happy about that. He is certainly about consistency in this one, and he is now jumping for for joy in that Alpha Tower there, spraying the bubbly. Kush's best result then with second position there. Of course, there it was just the strategy that was slightly off for Kush today. Otherwise, he could have been standing on top of the podium. And third position was German in the end then, and a podium for German there. Driver of the day did go to Troy in the end there with Mumford on 36, 9% for Chaza, and that is it. Fast lap goes to Percy. Let's take a final classification, a look at the classification then for the Hungarian Grand Prix as we finished round 13. Troy won the race there with Kush in second, German in third, Percy in fourth with fast lap there, Amorzo in fifth, Alhan, great drive to sixth with Mr. Rage in seventh position there. Goodness me, no pit stops there for Mr. Rage, fantastic how he did that. Mumford in eighth position, ninth position Bessie, Chazza in 10th position, Chappers in 11th, Glock in 12th, Siege 13th, Boxstyle 14th, Nosey 15th, Sweet in 16th position. Retirements was Gamer, Coop, KD and Wouter all retired then from the Hungarian Grand Prix. As oh dear, I'm not sure who's in the party actually. Whilst I was reading through, I think I've got first and third, I believe, Ben. So let's start off with Troy. Troy, then I feel that is your third race win of your season, if I'm not very much mistaken. I haven't got my old spreadsheet up. Hang on a minute, how unprofessional of me. There it is. Troy, this is your third race win of the season, and this I think could be a crucial win as well. Once again, your two championship rivals have kind of knocked each other for six again.
Yeah, man, this is probably one of my best races in ALR ever. I can't believe it, man. And then, like, with Boxtel, I knew that it's gonna be a bit messy for both Percy and Boxtel considering their, like, quali positions. They didn't, like, the quali didn't go as they planned, really. And I knew when it was raining and Hungary, anything could happen. So yeah, today I just had to get like that killer instinct and go for the win and try to bring that gap down to Boxel.
Goodness me, that was an absolute. You was definitely had the killer instinct as well. You sat behind Kush for so long, and it was yo-yoing around at the front there. Was you just playing about with? Pace then, or was you thinking about the long game and coming into the pits first, going for the undercut if you can, and then get out in front of him? Was that what you was thinking in these wet weather conditions today?
Yeah, man, I realized after a couple of laps that an overtake is gonna be quite unlikely. Me and Issa we don't have great history either, so I'm kind of scared to go side by side with him. So I was hoping for like an overtake, thanks to the pit stops instead. But yeah, that was kind of the plan. It was the plan to kind of undercut him because I was out of ERS anyways, and you kind of need like at least 60% ERS battery to be able to make an overcut and try to cover it off. So the undercut was the only option for me, really.
And now, provisional results, and also my maths may be a bit skew with, but I'm sure you're only 6 points behind Boxtown now in the championship, give or take. Then going into the Belgian Grand Prix in a week's time. Then I wouldn't say you've ever been out of this, but surely you've now put yourself right back in the middle of that championship battle.
Yeah, man, this is exactly what I needed, to be honest. It wasn't looking good after last week, to be honest, and for the things to go like they went today is definitely a confidence boost, especially with my like performance, because today I really felt that it wasn't because of any like last minute safety cars or anything like that. It was actually like me who won the race, so it's definitely a confidence boost.
It really was indeed, and also, I think you got your fastest lap of the race on the last lap as well, or the second to last lap. So you still had a lot of pace in those tires as well, which was absolutely spectacular. So going into Belgium, then of course it's a completely different track. We go from technical and twisty to fast and flow in Spa. So is this a track which is going to favour you?
I hope so. Once again, it's probably quality that I'm mostly worried about. I don't really struggle too much with the race pace. It's just the qualifying which kind of gives me a disadvantage. But yeah, hopefully I'll put it up there on the front row. Then that gives you a good chance being first at the end of that first lap.
Really well done today, Troy. There, big step then potentially of getting yourself very much right back in this championship fight. This might be the race where you look back on as the one that may have catapulted you to the championship victory. Fantastic stuff. Well done today, Troy. German, you finished third today. Since that Grand Prix win in Canada, you have been an absolutely fine battle there. You've had 25 points. Oh goodness me, I can't even get that counted up then. But you've had 3 podiums in the last 5 races. Then since Canada, you've been absolutely like one of the higher ones in terms of point scoring. Do you feel that this is still too little, too late then for potentially getting yourself in the championship fight? Bearing in mind what's happened between Boxtel and Percy today.
Yeah, it's too late now. I'm just kind of trying to get some momentum for the next game, the next season to kind of push on in, like I did in season 5. But yeah, the quality pace was there. I just made a mistake, and then obviously I hadn't done enough practice in the wet to. And like Troy was just too quick. Congrats to him anyway. But yeah, there's no way I was gonna keep up with them. They're just rapid.
And also, you did extend your stint quite a bit longer. I think it was several laps longer. Was you hoping for a safety car of some kind there to get you right back in the thick of things, or did you think that the rain might have abated for you to go onto the dry tyres?
Yeah, I thought it could dry up because it was saying about drying up on the game, and then it said, "Oh, rain for another 20 minutes." I was like, "Ah," so I just kept going. I was hoping to get like a full safety car so I could be back in the mix because that's the only way I was gonna fight for a win. But nah, I was never getting the top 2. They were just too quick, so I'll take first.
And it seemed to be a bit of no man's land as well towards the end of that race. And as you was about 10 seconds in front of Percy, and you was about 10 seconds behind the front 2. How difficult is it to keep yourself in the zone then, with a very much lonely race out there?
Oh, that was one of the most boring podiums I've ever had. Oh yeah, just knowing the fight, just trying to keep my concentration. It's hard. It's easy to fight people when on your own because then you just get bored and you just lose concentration or make a mistake. So I had to make sure I didn't make a mistake and throw away the podium.
I know, of course, even though it was a boring podium, you would definitely take that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, for sure, take it any day. I'm just trying to hope like the push on for top 4 maybe. If I can get that, I'll be happy.
Very good stuff. Well done today, Gurman. Well done to Troy as well. And goodness gracious me, once again, then the story behind this race is that Percy and Boxtal have come together again. Troy has really stuck himself back in the mix now. 6 points separates himself and Boxtal. Oh goodness gracious me. And Gurman now is also starting to hit a rich run of form as well. If you're going to Spa tomorrow night, you'll be happy to hear that I am not in the commentary box tomorrow night. So Knowlesy has got a bit of decorum, and he'll be back talking you through what the sizzling is of going on in silver. So we'll see you tomorrow night then. Hopefully not as much rain then as we